Back underway here at the big house. Carlson goes to work on the back bumper of Leduc.
Yeah, he's not letting Leduc get away.
Look at Carlson just flying all the way down to the flat bottom past the skyboxes. Here comes Carlson, early entry into the corner.
Yeah, I don't know, Leduc went really wide, but man, it worked. He slingshotted past Carlson.
Yeah, Leduc had a steam coming off that berm on the high side.
Like I said, he's been trying a lot of different lines through the first half of this race. So he's just putting them in his memory bank to just figure it out and try to dial it in a little more.
Meanwhile, we've had a pass for third place. CJ Greaves has gotten around Scotty Lawrence. So Greaves up into the top three.
Carlson trying not to let Leduc run away. There's CJ Greaves getting around Scotty Lawrence now. So his eyes are set on Andrew Carlson. Such a cool shot.
Down this long back straightaway, they go into that hard 180-degree left-hander. Carlson a little bit crossed up there.
Yeah, Carlson rotating it right before left. Here comes Kyle Leduc back to Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. Still holding on to that lead.
He'll fly past the capacity crowd here at Crandon. Greaves still holding on to that third spot. Carlson, just another little mistake there, and he's slowly losing sight of Kyle Leduc. Leduc looking very, very strong as we're down inside at 2.5 minutes left on our race clock for Pro 4.
Yeah, Kyle Leduc, his luck hasn't been very good in 2021, so he's definitely looking to be back here at Crandon and dominate, and that's what he's doing this afternoon, clicking off another lap, about 2 minutes to go.
Greaves, meanwhile, slowly reeling in Andrew Carlson. Those two drivers have been known to mix it up a little bit. It can be physical at times between those two on the racetrack.
CJ Greaves trying to dig deep to catch Andrew Carlson. Those Yokohama tires trying to dig deep to get to the back section.
Yeah, Greaves definitely on the move, and he also has the fastest time of the race on that previous lap, 1:20.25. So we're right on the edge of these Pro 4s, throwing down sub 120 lap times. That is absolutely flying to be going that fast in a race condition.
Yeah, oh man, Leduc goes wide. Carlson's on the bottom. Did something go wrong with Leduc?
Definitely Leduc off the pace.
Yeah, I don't know. Something's definitely gone wrong. He really went wide in turn number 1.
Well, we'll see. It looks like he's back up to speed.
Yeah, I don't know. He's having issues turning that truck.
Could be that. I'm wondering if he maybe lost a gear somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that's why he slowed down. He went to grab a gear that isn't working anymore inside that transmission.
Yeah, he's fighting
Keep an eye on
that
it,
truck.
though.
He's trying to stay ahead of CJ Greaves. It'll be interesting to see what's gone wrong. Andrew Carlson finds himself out front late this one.
Carlson trying to make his way to the top of the podium here in 2022. Maybe give himself some momentum and some confidence for 2023. And again, Leduc a little bit off the pace.
I think you're right, though. I think he might be stuck in gear. It looks like CJ Greaves might have some issues with that right rear. No, it looks
Take
to
a
be
look
fine.
at it.
Just fiberglass bouncing back and forth off that tire. Yeah, definitely Kyle Leduc's got something gone wrong.
Yeah, coming out of the tighter turns, it just seems like he doesn't have the pull. I'm wondering if he lost a gear in the middle, so he's got to make a big gear jump.
Right.
That's my only guess. We'll find out if he can hold on for a podium spot. As we're inside of 2 laps to go, so about 1.5 more times around Crandon International Raceway. Andrew Carlson trying to pick up a big win here in Pro 4.
Yeah, that Red Bull truck, the Yokohama tires are trying to stay out front of CJ Greaves. Andrew Carlson just ran a 1:20.744.
Well, here's Lawrence now catching up to the 99 of Leduc as our leaders are taking the white flag. Look at Lawrence take a peek to the inside of Kyle Leduc. This would be huge for Scotty Lawrence to finish on the podium.
Yeah, watch as Leduc comes through this turn.
Trouble for Carlson. Carlson has a flat right front tire, so Carlson is going to have to limp this around on the final lap. CJ Greaves, already the points champion, takes over the race lead.
Wow, Greaves just playing possum in the first half of the race. Finds himself out front now.
That moves Kyle LeDuc up into second. Scotty Lawrence now in third. Kyle Cheney now up into the top 4.
Greaves, this is the final lap. One more time around for him. He's coming towards Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. Once again, there's Lawrence. He got by LeDuc as well as Kyle Cheney.
One last time past the crowd, the final race of the Champ Off-Road season. CJ Greaves in control. Now Mamer comes battling back on LeDuc.
Yeah, Cole Mamer taking that spot away. Here comes CJ Greaves in that 33 Monster Energy Toyota-backed truck, and he's just doing what he needs to do late in this race.
He'll have one corner to go. Still Scotty Lawrence in second as we ride along with CJ Greaves. He is the Pro 4 champion, and he is the round 11 winner for Pro 4. Job well done for CJ Greaves. Scotty Lawrence's first career podium in Pro 4, and it's a second place.
And look at Kyle Cheney.
Cheney on the podium as well, so a nice job for the two boys from Ohio, finishing second and third.
Yeah, there's John Greaves looking in the cab. He had some issues, giving his son a high five. Man, what a run. What a championship run for CJ Greaves.
Absolutely. I mean, you go back to a couple years ago when LeDuc came to town, absolutely laid the beat down on everybody in Pro 4. I think CJ, that really lit a fire under him because he has come out swinging the last 2 years. He has been very tough to beat as you look at our full results. Remember, a little bit of extra cash coming from Johnny Greaves to the 7th place finisher Dan Beauchamp, the 8th place finisher Cole Mamer, and RJ Anderson picks up an extra $1,000 from Johnny Greaves as well for finishing in 11th. But there's the man of the hour, CJ Greaves, Pro 4 points champion 2 years in a row, and caps it off with a win in the finale here at Crandon International Raceway in front of this huge crowd.
So crazy to say the finale of 2022. AMSOIL Championship Off-Road has been so over the top. The best in the business are here, and it's so cool to finish the season in front of this huge crowd.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I said at the beginning of our show this morning, there's just something magical about Points Championship Day. The highest drama. We saw some points chases come down to just one position. That was not the case for CJ Greaves this year. He had this one locked up as soon as he took off from the starting line. See his mom giving him a hug down there in Victory Lane. Like I said, such an excellent run for Scotty Lawrence. He's been working so hard trying to progress in his Pro 4 career. That is a good day for him, a great day for Kyle Cheney as well to finish third here at Crandon.
Yeah, they're all stoked for their drivers. They should be. They all work really, really hard all season long to get on top of that box. Just to be second or third in Pro 4 is so awesome for these drivers. Gives them a lot of confidence for our big day tomorrow.
Yeah, Crandon World Cup event tomorrow. So all these pro drivers, they've got one more race left in their season. That's not a points race, not part of Champ Off-Road, but still a monumental day for short course off-road racing. That's going to be a great show. I know you're excited to be a part of it as well, Brett. You get to race Pro Light on World Cup Day, so big things ahead of you as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to get to announce tomorrow, but at the same time, it's going to be a rush to get to run in Pro Light in the Cup. It's just been a dream come true. I can't thank John Holzer Racing enough and everyone around, Yokohama Tire, Impact for designing a gnarly suit, JP at VP Fuels. I mean, everyone, HBI, I can't do it without them, and it's just been a dream come true. Like I said, I can't say anymore.
Well, all kinds of high fives, congratulations, fist bumps going on. Kyle Cheney, Scotty Lawrence, those guys are teammates when they go out and race King of the Hammers in the side-by-side divisions and help one another out quite a bit. Like I said, both drivers coming out of Ohio. Man, the action we've seen this weekend, especially today on Points Championship Day, already has me looking forward in a big way to 2023. Like Brent touched on, we should have a little bit bigger schedule for next year in the 2023 Champ Off-Road season. Make sure that you follow all of our social media channels for updates on that. We have heard some rumblings about a new venue being added to the schedule that we're very excited about. But next year's a long way away. First, it's time to celebrate, especially for that man, CJ Greaves.
Yeah, absolutely. Hugs all the way around. And the kid's one of the best, man. He's followed in his father's footsteps his whole life, and he's definitely taken the reins away these last couple of years. And
I think that's 9 career championships in short course off-road racing for CJ Greaves. Not bad for a guy that's 27 years old. Building a legacy. We're going to look back in a couple decades, I think, and CJ's accomplishments might blow his dad's accomplishments right out of the water.
Yeah, absolutely. Just great group of guys, good drivers. And I'm telling you, to win at the big house, I keep saying it all weekend long, this is where you want to win, in front of this big crowd and your friends and family, the last weekend of the year.
Well, speaking of family, I just saw CJ get a big hug from his cousin Kyle Greaves, Pro Light Points champion this season. So really not a bad year all in all for the Greaves family.
No, not at all. CJ Greaves topping it off. And now they just get to go after that cup. I mean, they have another round in the morning. But that big cup, that's what we're all here to wait for.
Well, let's meet our top 3 finishers from the Pro 4 finale here at Crandon. Finishing third today for Miller Sport Ohio, Kyle Cheney. In second, his first podium in Pro 4 from Thornville, Ohio, Scotty Lawrence. And your winner and Pro 4 points champion 2 years in a row from Swamico, Wisconsin, CJ Greaves. A very excited trio of drivers for the final time this season. We will send it down to the podium and Haley Shanley.
What a great finish to end cap the 2022 season, and a great day for this guy, Shearing Speed Sports' Kyle Cheney. Kyle, to end the day with a Pro 4 podium and a win in the Pro Turbo. How's it feel?
And it's awesome, couldn't ask for a better day. My crew, mechanics, the whole team, they just bust their butts, pretty much all year in, year out to get us here. And, I'm glad I can finally get us up here this year. My team definitely put in the work, and, they definitely earned this one. So hats off to them. I got to thank Shearing Speed Sports, the U.S. Air Force, Ames Oil, Yokohama, Raceline, Milwaukee, just everybody that helps us out, Toyota. I'm just glad to be up here with these guys, and hopefully we can do it again tomorrow.
Nicely done today. This is Kyle Cheney. And for the first time in his career, putting together consistent, solid laps. Scotty Lawrence, how does this one feel?
Oh man, this is unbelievable. I don't even know really how to feel right now. I'm just can't stop smiling, it's just crazy. I never thought I'd really be up here with a Pro 4 podium. I've been here a few times with Pro Turbo and gained some good lessons driving the 4-wheel drive, but the Pro 4 truck is just a whole other animal. It's the top of the food chain, and to be up here with these guys, we were just joking. It's like, hey, is this the Pro Turbo podium, But it's a great class to start with, and coming in the Pro 4, I don't even know. It was so, the whole race was intense. I was just trying to hit my lines and just rotate the truck and stay on the gas, and it just worked out. So I'm here.
Good job, well done. Anyone you want to thank for this?
Oh, absolutely. I got a huge thanks to Yokohama. The track was getting really slick. You can see the black right there in the finish line, and it was just hooking up. The tires were gripping. Those XATs were amazing. And Billy at Pro Power, my truck was screaming today. We told him in practice, we put a fresh engine in, and I said, man, the thing just doesn't seem crisp. It's not really right there. And he came over and made some adjustments, and the truck was ripping. If I was a better driver, I probably could have stayed up front with the front guys, but I was just trying to put better laps in. And man, to be up here, I'm just so stoked. I just can't believe it. Crandon is amazing, and we're ready for more racing tomorrow.
Well, those decisions coming in clutch for that first career Pro 4 podium, that's Scotty Lawrence. And CJ Greaves came into this one, you clinched the title right away. What was the strategy from there on out to end this season in spectacular fashion?
Oh, at first it was all about playing it smart. We had a certain amount of points we had to get if Leduc got led at the half and won the race. So the first things first, we had to go out there and make sure we get 2 clean laps and score our points that we need, and then go racing from there. And after that, I just kept playing it cool. I knew this Pro 4 class is crazy, and sometimes it's down to the end of who's surviving. So I just kept taking them as they came to me, and after the halfway, I'm like, we actually got a shot to be up there with these guys, and next thing you know, another one falls out, and then Kyle falls out, and then it was just Andrew and I, and I'm like, man, he's running good, we're just going to settle in here, and he goes across the finish, and he falls out, and I was like, man, I don't even think you could script that any better than what just happened there. So hats off to all my crew. We got a lot of people here, a lot of people from Toyota, Monster, just all these guys that support us. We appreciate it. Maxxis Tires, Vision Wheel, Fox Shock, VP Fuel, lubricants, all my crew, my family. These guys work their butts off. We got to do it 4 more times tomorrow, so they're going to be up all night, but just glad we were able to get this done. So I really got to shout out just to all my crew and my family. Like I said, Devin and I, this is 7 championships now, and we're up there with the rest of them. So hopefully we can keep it rolling. Brad, everyone that puts in the hours working on my stuff, I really appreciate it, and let's have some fun tomorrow.
A storybook ending to the season where he clinches his 7th Pro 4 title. Let's make some noise for CJ Greaves.
Welcome back to the booth once again for the final time this year in 2022. Champ Off-Road. It's going to be over the top in 2023, but man, what a season it was, Shane.
Absolutely, man. It's hard to put it into words how much fun we've had. When I say we, I mean the entire short course off-road racing community, all of us at Champ Off-Road. I think this has been another banner year for short course off-road racing here in the United States. A lot of history made this year. New champions crowned, some returning champions crowned. What a fantastic way to end our 2022 season. And my friend, it's been a pleasure working with you. It's been great working with Nolan, Haley, everybody behind the scenes that makes this happen. It's been great. We appreciate all the fans. Huge crowds at every single race this year on the Champ Off-Road circuit. Tons of people I know also watching us on Flow Racing. What a great year it's been for us, man. I can't say anything else.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just been over the top. Miles and Jim are going to come in now and do the Ultra 4x4s. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be some kind of showdown. It was my first time last year. I guarantee I'll be back there this evening. And I can't say any more. I mean, it's just been just a great year. Everyone in the TV trailer, you, my friend, I mean, I won't want to work with anyone else.
You got it, buddy. I'll be back here with you for 2023, but why don't you send us home? Let's throw the checkered flag on this 2022 season.
Well, for Nolan Castellian, Haley Shanley, and Shane Stetsney, I'm Brent Smith, and we'll see you next time here at AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
It's your Uncle Cooper. Your SUV is a multi-purpose tool, like these Cooper rugged Treks. And with dual sidewalls, it's like having a multi-tool that can look like a completely different multi-tool. Go with the Coopers.
In the Pro 2 class this season, it is safe to say that it has been wildly unpredictable. But the points coming into championship weekend has solidified the fact that this has been one of the most compelling seasons of Pro 2 racing in a number of years. We're going to catch up with a few of the drivers who are in the conversation of that 2022 Pro 2 championship.
Yeah, mine said this Pro 2 class is so stacked, and it's down to 3 points. So, you know, we got to go like it's any other race and try to go win it. And especially here we are last weekend at Crandon, the biggest race of the year. All the fans are here, all the sponsors are here. So I'm excited to get this weekend going. We've always kind of had a little bit of trouble with setup at Crandon. This is the setup we brought back in 2020 when I first came out here when I didn't run this series. And this truck is fast. We haven't ran this setup for some reason, so I'm confident in it. We practiced second, qualified second, so hopefully that invert goes well and we can get a good hole shot.
Yeah, you know, we did step it up this year, and it's so crazy to think that like Jared hasn't even won this year, and that's like unheard of out of him. He's so fast, and we've stepped it up in 2 wins and 5 podiums versus just 2 podiums last year, and we're still in second place fighting for a championship. So it's pretty crazy. We definitely did what we need to do this year to make that leap, but we're still just a couple points shy. So the plan is, I mean, always had good races here. Qualifying I didn't do too well for myself. So I'm got some work cut out for myself, but You know, it is Crandon and anything can happen. I always say that. And starts in turn 1 is so important here. And getting out clean for the first lap. And then basically it's kind of all out of my control at that moment. I just got to see where I can, how the start plays out, where I end up, and just kind of go from there. So that's my plan. Just kind of do my own race at the moment.
Yeah, I'm really pretty happy with how our season's been going. We have 4 wins. That was really my goal coming into this season. I wanted to win a lot of races, and we've done that. Unfortunately, my lows have been pretty low. A lot of back of the, DNFs and flat tires and stuff going on. So to be in third, in striking distance, it's a little bit of a gap, but I think, I'm within 20 points of first. And knowing kind of what happened last year with Jarrett, made a mistake, and he ended up losing the championship and had about the gap that I had now. So it's possible, anything's possible. I think a lot of it's going to come down to what winner and what Brooks do, in the race tomorrow. And I'm just going to kind of go out there, run my race, try to get another win, and hopefully the cards, play out right, and we can walk away with the championship. You never know.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Meet up at the Crandon group fast.
I turn 4. Oh, that jump was huge. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good little driver and straight on through.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Take your thirst and thrill it. Do the Dew.
No, I'm pretty stoked, to be a team owner in this deal. And Trey came to me to help build a pro life for him once he knew I was out. So his truck was actually supposed to be mine. So I have a lot of heart and soul into that truck. But from a driver standpoint and a builder, pretty stoked to see where Trey's at. His dad told me at the beginning of the year, he's like, hey, I just want my son to go out there and run top 10. I was like, well, we're looking at it both different, because I want your son to go out there and win a championship first year out. So it's cool to really be in that scenario. Trey didn't really believe in himself, and I think Big Trey was really second-guessing everything. So it was cool to kind of be the solid standpoint for them and be like, no, like, this is what we're going to go do. You have the talent. You have the equipment. We're going to go try to win this thing. I was like, you're going to get your feet wet the first couple rounds, and we're going to push forward, and we're going to go hard. So I'm super excited to see how far he's come. And, it's just the beginning. At the end of the day, he's just a rookie. So we're only going to bring more to the table. Man, to be back at Crandon, I'm excited. So we qualified 4th in the Pro 4 on Thursday. Jimmy Henderson pulled a solid and pulled a 4 inversion, so we start pole. So I feel really better about my starts in the Pro 4. I've never really practiced them, and we finally got to practice our starts. So Crandon's like my home base now. My shop's only 15 minutes from here, and we tested. We're feeling ready. The truck's faster than what it's ever been. And for me, as a driver standpoint, that makes me excited. And I have Charlie Schlevy on the radio for me this weekend. He's won a lot of races with Bryce Menzies, won races with Ricky. So to kind of have that solid standpoint behind me on the radio, I think if we could put 2 confident people together, I think we're going to have a really good chance here in this Pro 4 game. So, no, I'm excited. Trey Gibbs as well, We came testing here 2 weeks ago with him, along as with me, and he was fast. We've picked up major speed. Actually, the truck runs my exact setup as what we won the World Championships in last year. So I'm feeling super confident about both of our trucks going in today and truthfully the whole weekend. I want to try to win the whole weekend. I want to win. I want to leave here Pro 4 and Pro Light World Champion. Yeah, no, it's cool. You know, Falcon, they followed me all the way from the West Coast out here. I was their first driver they made the leap with to come out here. You know, it was a big swing. We were a West Coast-based team. We still are. Like, I leave Tuesday after Fall Crandon to head back. So to drag Trey in with me on the whole Falcon deal, it's been super cool because everybody was second-guessing it because he's a rookie. Well, when we went testing, we saw the potential. Falcon saw the potential. So it's cool Falcon has a trust with me and my drivers to, you know, make the next step, go see what we could do. And truthfully, without Falcon and their support and their tires, we wouldn't be as fast as what we are. So to have that support and the team behind us, Falcon's a huge brand, huge name, and we're just glad to represent them.
If I had to play another sport professionally, I'd probably say hockey, actually. I'm a big hockey fan, and I didn't really discover hockey till I was, I don't know, 13. So if I would have known about it younger, I probably would have started playing at least. And but I really enjoy watching it. I go to games all the time. So
basketball probably. For the true stick and ball sports, it would have to be basketball. No, I take that back. It'd be UFC fighting.
I definitely would not play another sport professionally because I tried soccer when I was 6 years old and I literally got kicked off the team. So not ideal. But another motorsport would probably be IMSA, like sports car racing for sure.
If I were to do another sport professionally, it'd probably be snowboarding. I really love getting up in the mountains and being with my buddies and going and tearing it up.
It'd have to be racing yet, but I'd probably end up doing something along the lines of stage rally or something of that nature.
I would think football would probably be my favorite little contact sport. I think that would kind of be my backup if it wasn't racing.
I love basketball and baseball, but I was very short and not for the basketball world, and baseball I just got too busy working and racing to pursue it any farther.
I grew up playing baseball. My whole family and no one in my family raced, has ever been into racing, so grew up playing baseball, and we saw trophy carts one day. They were like go-karts for dirt, and next thing you know, I'm like, hey, I want to race. They're like, what? You got to play baseball first and then we can race. So later on down the road, I was a pitcher and said, oh, I hurt my elbow. I can't play anymore. So that was my excuse to go racing full time. So that's where I grew up, was playing baseball.
I switched over to racing full time when I was like 12 years old. So I got pulled out of all my sports, but I was really into tackle football and baseball.
Golf. Got to keep it simple, easy. Those guys go out there, have a couple to drink, have a good time with their buddies, and they're out on the day just having a good time.
Played a lot of baseball in high school, played football in high school. But I love racing, so it's hard to say.
Vulture's going to set up outside. Here comes the Hail Mary in Calamity Corner. He's going to try outside in. Shannon's going to stay down.
He might have it. Here we go, Shane. Side by side. No. Looks like Shannon takes it by a fender.
Tremendous last lap there by Holcher, but he's going to fall about 2 feet short of the front bumper of Shannon as they came to the finish line.
Good work. Great work by Holcher, just trying everything.
I think Pro 4 has been a very meaningful accomplishment for me to be successful in that. When I was a teenager and in my early 20s, I had a lot of huge accomplishments, but after my wreck, there was no intention to ever get back in the car, and everybody told me I would never get back in a race car, and I took a 5-year break, made it back to the highest level of off-road racing, so yeah, right now we're creating our most meaningful memories.
Fancy seeing this guy here. My broadcast partner, Brent Smith, is going to step out of the booth just momentarily this weekend because he's racing Pro Light, working with John Holster and the gang. So talk to me about the decision to strap back into an off-road truck.
Well, it's been a while since I've been in the seat of an off-road truck. Been running a lot of circle track and that back at home, but always love off-road racing. I've been around it my whole life. Just wanted to get back in the saddle and get to try it out again, and John Holster Racing really put me in a great opportunity to get to drive a Pro Light truck. So here I am at Crandon. We got some testing time at Crandon right after Bark River. Got 4 laps with the truck, so it was really hard to dial it in, but it's good equipment. Been working really hard at it, just watching a lot of video, trying to get my head on straight to run it really, really hard, but yet protect your equipment. So, here we are at Crandon again, and it's cool that I get to strap in the seat of a truck again, because it's been, I can't even think, probably 10, 11 years since I've been in an off-road truck, but run sprint cars back at home and modified cars back at home, so it kind of keeps my driving up in the air. But here, get back in the seat of a Pro Light, it's so cool. You're on the edge. You really have to pick your marks and hit your spots because you get in trouble really easy.
Well, I know you are such good friends with not only the Holters, but so many people back in these pits. And not only that, but your brother is back with you as well, Brock Smith, helping work on this machine. So is this triggering many memories from the past and racing together and just the camaraderie of being back on this side of the facility for an event?
Yeah, it's awesome. And my twin brother and I, we've been talking about off-roads our whole life. We've been coming to Crandon since we were 3 years old. So it's just been a really big push to get back into a truck. And the funding, obviously, it's hard to get good funding. But with Holgers, they come through and they asked me if I wanted to drive one of their trucks. And we've talked on and off, and they're giving me a great opportunity. So now that I'm here, it's cool from being in the broadcaster booth to now driving. This is where I always wanted to be. I always wanted to be back in the seat, and they're giving me a great opportunity. I can't thank the Holgers enough. Yokohama Tire. Even Chad at Victory Signs been helping us out, VP Fuels, and just everyone that's come together. Holger Racing, it's not easy. Everybody knows that. But at the same time, I get the opportunity. I'm going to try to do the best I can.
And now I'm equally as excited for you as I am for our friend Nolan Castellian, who's going to be filling in for you in the booth. How excited were you when you found out that he is going to be your temporary replacement as you're out on track, and how do you think he's going to do?
No, he's going to do wonderful. The kid just lives and breathes this sport, just like I do, just like Shane does. So we cover each other. I'm not worried about it. They'll take off where they need to, and I'm excited to get back in the truck, and it kind of bugs me not to be in the booth, but at the same time, I know we got a great group that can pull everything through. So it's going to be really cool for Nolan. At the same time as I get to drive a truck, he gets to get in the booth with Shane and you. So anything can happen at Crandon, and I'm glad that we're getting to do this.
And maybe it's too soon to be asking this, but I gotta know, can you tease these fans what your plans might be for next season?
I don't know right now. It's all up in the air. We're getting the opportunity to run the Pro Light this year, but I do have a Pro 2 at home, and we got a motor now and looking for the transmission and the underdrive for it. We have some things in the works, so we'll see how the off season goes, and we're going to be pushing hard to try to get into Pro 2 next year.
So that's going to make for a busy off season, but not only that, you're going to be finishing up your sprint car season and the modified as well in your business. So what does an off season look like for Brent Smith?
I don't know. I always try to stay busy. Just mentally, just try to stay focused on what you're doing at the time you're doing it. Sprint cars, modifieds that I'm running up north, they're fun. Sometimes I get in the car, I'm like, okay, what side the shifter on? Because I just switch car to car. But at the end of the day, you just adapt to what you're in, and I just love the drive. I love the race. I love to be here, and this sport's just over the top, so I'm just glad I get to do it.
Well, again, this is our race analyst for AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, Brent Smith, in the Pro Light this weekend. Thanks for tuning in to AMSOIL Championship Off-Road. Whether you're watching from here in the grandstands or from afar live on Flow Racing, we want to see how you're watching. Be sure to take a pic of you and your watch party. Show us how you're watching, who you're watching with, and maybe even who you're cheering for. Snap a pic of your watch party and post it on social media. Be sure to tag us, Championship Off-Road, as well as use the hashtag USAF Watch Party. That's the U.S. Air Force Watch Party. We're going to be featuring submissions from you fans all season long, right here on the live stream.
We're at Crandon, Wisconsin right now at the Off-Road Championship here in Crandon, Wisconsin. We get some of the best people, some of the most talented people at these events. We've kind of pulled the best of the best. So if you guys want to follow me inside, you can see. So let's go inside and check it out. F-35 wingman combat mission. So these 3 chairs, you'll have a whole flight mission. It's really fast. This simulation is pretty accurate. Like I said, it's used for recruiting purposes. We've had a lot of pilots come in here and say that it is accurate, and they've scored really high, of course, with this. So we have something good on our hands. So if you step this way, you'll see this is an in-flight refueling mission. Again, KC-135 straddle tanker, and these 3 chairs are this experience right here. It's really a neat experience. So this side is actually my favorite one, but we get a bigger response more so with the F-35 flight mission. So these are in the C-17, this same exact flight state for sure. Again, this is On the Sky experience. We're here in Crandon, Wisconsin. If you guys want to check it out for yourself, just stop by. More than welcome.
Amsoil runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond. Because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
Being in the Air Force, the most valuable lesson to take away is resiliency. There's a lot of challenges that may come your way, but it's about how you bounce back and continue to press forward, as well as camaraderie. You're working with a lot of people from all over and taking what their skills are and kind of pressing on with your skills as well. It kind of forms a good unit.
So the Air Force Honor Guard drill team is the traveling component of the Air Force Honor Guard. So our mission is to recruit, retain, and inspire, whether it's airmen or people around the country and the world. Our mission is just, we travel, we do performances at venues and local events. Wherever we're requested, we'll go and try and inspire some people and put on a good show for them.
Upon completion of Honor Guard training, which is an 8-week-long course, and then you have to go through an interview process to show your airmanship or your dedication towards the job. And then from there, you'd go through an 8-week course of vigorous training, whether it be physical training or just with the rifle training. And then after that, what does it take to join the Air Force is just yourself and your motivation to join the drill team.
My father did 23 years in the Air Force, and I have that blue pride. I love the Air Force. I just want to continue that tradition in my family and continue the tradition in the Air Force. So I couldn't be happier. I'm very happy to be in the Air Force.
Personally, as a female, for the Air Force Honor Guard drill team, I hadn't seen a lot of females. I'm actually the 9th female to be in the Air Force Honor Guard drill team, so it's an honor to show little girls out there that, you know, hey, we're represented out here, I can do it, so can you.
I actually had a mentor growing up through high school, so he really mentored me very well, and he was actually part of the drill team. So I was 16 years old when I met him. I'm 22 now, living my job that I wanted when I was 16.
If you would like to find out more information, you can go to www.airforce.com.
Discover your
skills. Aim high and own the sky. Have you considered a career in the United States Air Force? Stop by the U.S. Air Force activation booth right here on site and chat with the men and women in uniform. The U.S. Air Force, a proud partner of AMSOIL Championship Off-Road. It's the Holy Grail, a true theater of speed, a real spectacle that's 3 generations deep, a venue so iconic it can define an entire sport. Well, we've come home to Crandon International Raceway. I'm Haley Shanley with your Cooper Tires First Look. Boy, do they do it proper here. Over 400 acres, 1.7 miles the distance, not only the longest, but the fastest track on the circuit, with speeds exceeding over 100 miles per hour. Now, to succeed at Crandon International Raceway is prestigious, no doubt about it. To do so means you have mastered the formula of a land rush start, Forest County Potawatomi Turn 1, fast straightaways, the gravel pit, and a hairpin finish line turn. See for yourself. Let's take a ride. You can find out more series information, our schedule, and all the good things at champoffroad.com. I'm Haley Shanley, and this is your Cooper Tires First Look.
All right, so we came up with this idea. I mean, obviously, CJ and I have quite a few older helmets laying around, and we use them more as like decoration in the race shop. But I said, you know what? Let's try something cool. We'll bring it to Crandon. We'll raffle it off, $10 a ticket, and then we're going to put all that purse back into Pro 4. But the way it's going to work is the winner of the raffle will come up at like 4:30, right after the Pro Light race. They're going to pick a number from 4th to 11th, because I don't want the top 3 guys in there, you know, because they're already doing good. 4th place to 11th place, they're going to draw a number, and whatever number, say it's 6, whoever finishes 6th in the Pro 4 race is getting whatever money we raised out of this raffle. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be over $1,000 bucks. You know, we just started a little bit ago. We're at like $500–600 already, and it's only Friday, so pretty excited. I mean, it was just something we dreamed up, and I thought, it'd be cool to give back to, you know, there's a lot of guys out there spending a lot of money in Pro 4, and, you know, I appreciate them being here, because without them, we don't have a place to race, right? We need the numbers, so you know, it's something we can do, you know, to help out our fellow drivers, and we'll see where it goes. I'm pretty excited about it. So fans can come and get a raffle ticket here at our pit. We're going to be doing it all day Friday, all day Saturday till probably 4 o'clock. And then from there, we're taking the helmet up to the announcer's booth, and Shane's gonna, you know, get everybody in, and we're gonna pick the number. You have to be present to win. So, and we'll have your phone number, so maybe you don't hear it, we're gonna call you right away, and then we're gonna need that person up to draw the lucky finisher on who's gonna get the pot. Well, so this is one of the vintage Johnny G helmets from probably back in, I'm gonna say 2004, when I was knocking out championships nonstop. Can't do that anymore, but you know, it's the real deal. It's a race helmet, AP design, monster, signed by me and CJ. So, you know, I think it'd be a cool trophy for somebody.
We're going to take a look at the track here at Crandon. It's quite interesting. When we're sitting at the starting line, we don't quite have this view because this is a drone shot, but you're sitting there, you're thinking about what you're going to do with the other 20 guys that you're lined up with. And so you go to take off right here, and you all take off. It's a land rush start, and you come down, and we'll take off from here. And we come up out here, and we're running along. There's 2 jumps. We gone over the one. We gone over the second one. We're into 3rd gear. We're at about 90 miles an hour. And about right here, this is about 150 feet before the corner. And this is the first time as a driver, when you're on ground level, that you're able to take and see the first corner. So you're doing about 92 at this point, and you probably have about 5 guys now, 3 on the, or 2 on one side, maybe 1 on the other. There's probably about 5 guys in the hunt for who's going to come into turn 1 first. So you have to make a quick decision on exactly what line you want to take, who's around you, and what's going to happen. So it gets busy real quick into turn 1. Go around turn 1. Hopefully it's clean. You're running around here. You're in high gear. You're at about 100. You're staying with it right here, and you're still in it over this first jump right here. And right about here, you lift a little bit. You breathe the truck. You get on the brakes because this second jump is a little bit bigger. And what happens is it throws you want to throw the truck a little bit for the barn jump. And if you over jump this, you'll jump out into the cushion on the barn turn, and that's exactly what you don't want to do. But you don't want to short brake it too much because you'll have somebody else that'll jump in front of you and make a pass right there. So this barn jump is pretty critical. Go over the barn jump, and we downshifted there like 2 gears, probably 3rd gear here. Now we're back into 4th or 5th, coming around here, gaining some speed. This right here, there's a rise in the track. So all the trucks, when you see them, they all rise over right here. And what happens, if you can see this view right here, it wants to suck you into the wall. So you're trying not to breathe it. And the trick I used to use, I used to keep it pinned, and I would drag the brake right there, because if you lifted it a little bit, it would unsettle the truck. And when you unsettle the truck, it wants to suck you into that wall. So basically, I would drag the brake if I had to. Come around here, you're shifting into 5th. And then right off here on this jump right here, right by the skyboxes, when you go into the air, you shift into 6th. If you run a manual transmission. So you're running down here just wide open, looking for your line, the big gravel port corner, and right about here, believe it or not, it's about 100 feet before the corner, you're throwing that truck sideways. And I might even be a little late here, but you're throwing it in, but when you're doing that, it's a ballet, you're throwing it in with 2 or 3 other trucks. So you got to predict where they're going to go and then where yourself's going to go. And so you're throwing it in, the truck's running around backwards here. Hopefully you can tuck the inside, get a guy on the exit, because what you want to do is you want to go in mid-track or a little wide here, and you want to diamond it to this inside, right about where that grass is if you can. And the reason being is because if you look at it from this view right here, it's a straightaway.
Good evening and welcome to Crandon. It is the 53rd World Championships. It's been absolutely fantastic. We've seen so much amazing action today. I'm Jim Marsden and I'm joined in the booth by Miles Hasselquist. Miles, what have we got this evening?
It's been a wonderful day of racing here at the Big House, but tonight it is Ultra 4 racing at its finest. We have the Rigid Rage on the Rocks for the Progressive Crandon Classic here. It's been a beautiful day of racing, but tonight under the lights it's going to be absolutely amazing. We've got just over over 80 cars will be racing tonight. We just had a fun little 170 race we just had that we just shot. We'll show it out later. But it's been just so much fun here in Crandon. Jim, it's your first time. I've been here a few times. What do you think about Potawatomi Turn 1?
The whole thing is madness. We absolutely love it. But we've got 3 classes racing for us tonight. We have got the UTVs going out first, our 4900 class. And there's nearly how many vehicles we got there? I think it's over 40.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on. So we'll have 3 separate races going on. We start with the UTVs, then we go to the EMC class, and then we do the 4400 Unlimited. And it's going to be a great show tonight. And I know we have out in the back, Flannery, they built an amazing rock section out there. It's just got boulders, it's got some high speeds, got some turns. It's going to be a show, Jim.
So let's get this right, Miles. We've been watching them racing the short course today and the slightly longer short course, but what we're going to see now is we're going to be looking at these. This is the new rock trails we've got out the back of the main course. This is going to be called the Rigid Raid on the Rocks, and just check these out. They are absolutely monsters. And we're going to be watching our 4900 UTVs racing on these first of all, then followed by our EMC classes. That'll be the 4800s, the 4600s, and the 4500s. Then we got the big guns. We got the 4400s coming out later on this evening. It's going to be dark. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be full bore racing.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. And tonight is the World Champions, and they get a ring as well. This is a points race. They get payouts. They get a laser nut trophy. We have 35 UTVs in total with the Open, the Stock, and the Mod. This is the 4900 Can-Am UTV class. We have a stock production. We have a Pro Modified and Open UTV. So there's going to be 3 races going on all at the same time. So we will do our best to keep honest, but these UTVs are a lot of fun. So the stock production, you have to have an OEM chassis, 1,000 cc engine maximum, 33-inch tire, and the Pro Mod has to be based on an OEM chassis.
Yeah, so aftermarket chassis are allowed, must use stock suspension pickup points, reinforcings allowed on those, must run full front plastics, maximum of 1,000cc engine, aftermarket turbos are allowed with a maximum of a 35-inch tire.
And then Open UTV is just what that means. It is absolutely open. Build what you want and come racing with us here at Ultra 4 Racing. Again, this is the Progressive Crandon Classic, and we will be heading out back for the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the Rocks. This is the 53rd Polaris Crandon World Championship of Off-Road Racing. And then, Jim, tomorrow we still have the 7th Crandon Red Bull World Cup.
Oh, mate, there's just so much great racing coming this evening and tomorrow. I cannot wait to get started. And we're looking now at the 4900s lining up on the start line, getting ready to get going. And we're just waiting for that green flag.
And sitting in that pole position is number 20, Travis Zollinger.
Now, we watched them racing last night, and they absolutely threw it down. And Levi Metzinger is sitting in the 2nd position.
And then Carson Atkins.
Then it's Jake Versey in 4th.
Jamie McCoy sitting in 5th.
In 6th is Brian Stone.
In 7th position, Dustin Robbins.
Then in 8th is Tyler Gibbs.
In that 9th position, James Cantrell.
In 10th is Brian Hamby.
In 11th is Andy Ives.
In 12th is Matt Wilburn.
In 13th is Todd Rimmereed.
And right next to him in 14th is Tyler Rimmereed.
In 15th position is Patrick Murray.
Then in 16th place is Bill Hibbard.
In that 17th position is Chance Hagen.
Then in the 979 and 18 is Jack Latourne.
In 19th position, David Fisher.
Then we've got A.J. Stratman.
In 21, it's Cameron Zollers.
Then it's Mike McClure.
Jeremy Blackburn.
Josh Owen.
Brandon Anderson.
Ian Boyce.
Garrett Toombs.
Peyton Dunford.
Aiden Gilbert.
I'm looking forward to seeing that young man racing tonight, and it's Dunny Cullenbrook.
And Mike Park.
Then Aaron Lynch.
Cody Quattlebaum.
And then Thomas Ram.
And last but not least, Mr. Chris May.
So 35 runners and riders in this 4900 class, and we're just waiting to go green here in Crandon.
We have 8 in the Open class. We have 15 in the Stock and 12 in the Pro Mod. So 35 cars in total getting ready to take the track. Again, this is 3 different races going on all at the same time. And the normal track is 1.75 miles, but this one with that rock, the Rigid Rage on the Rocks out back is 2.5 miles in total. We'll be racing 7 laps for the UTV class, the 4900 Can-Am UTV class. And before we get started, let's give a huge shout out to Can-Am, Ford, Bronco, Monster Energy, Optima Batteries, 4 Wheel Parts, Progressive,
King Shocks, Laser Nut, Griffin Radiator, VP Racing Fuels, Nitto Tires, Holly EFI, and of course, King of the Hammers.
Amsoil, Method Race Wheels, Axial RC Cars, PCI Race Radios,
Spider Tracks, Recaro Seats, and Baja Jerky.
Off the Grid Clothing, MBRP, Yukon Gear and Axle, HCR, Warn, and Factor 55.
ARB, Rigid, Brannick Motorsports, Tread Lightly, and Action Sports Canopies.
So please support who supports the sport. Without all these amazing marketing partners, we would not be racing at the Big House tonight under the lights.
Now you'll notice the big difference between these UTVs and the UTVs that we saw racing earlier here at Crandon. Look at the ground clearance on these vehicles. We've got vehicles here running with 35 and 33-inch tires so they can get over those massive rocks out the back.
And that is what the crowd wants to see. We have a great crowd building out back. We still have quite a few up front because we'll be running the Bronco boulders up front as well.
We will indeed. The pace we saw of these guys yesterday across there was absolutely electrifying, and I think we're going to see more of the same. But these guys have got to be careful. Any punches, and their race is done.
This is our third and final race in the Eastern Series before we end up at the end of the year for Legends of the Fall at Mid-America Outdoors, just outside of Jay, Oklahoma, October 26th through the 30th, where we'll crown all of our champions. But sitting in the first place in East for the Pro Mod,
yeah, and sitting in first place currently on points, it's that man, Paul Wolf.
And then Justin Barth.
And rounding out the top three is Dustin Robbins. Now, these guys are all racing this weekend. Let's see what they can do.
In the 4900 stock class, it's Matthew Walraven up top.
Then it's Jeremy Blackburn.
And Casey Gilbert's son, Aiden Gilbert.
Then in the 4900 opens in the East Coast, it's Scott Raymar.
Followed by Mark Welch.
And then it's Trey Price.
So it's going to be down to this last race here for the Progressive Crandon Classic. We are just moments away. We should be taking off here very, very soon.
And they'll be heading on down, of course, to the Forest County Potawatomi, Turn 1. And I can't wait to see this.
We have Ultra 4 New Zealand tuned in. Caleb's excited to watch. We got people tuning in all over the world. Our buddy back at Mid-America Outdoors, Scott Rains, tuned in, checking everything out. They've had a great weekend so far with the Mid-America Championship side-by-side series, and they have the Nasty Mud event back at Mid-America Outdoors. We need to give a huge shout-out to Cliff Flannery and Marty Fioca for making this happen. And then we also have Jason and Gayla Robinette, the owners of Ultra 4 and Mid-America Outdoor, making things happen. It's been a great deal working with everything, and it looks like we're getting closer and closer for kicking off the Progressive Crandon Classic. But everybody's excited to see, and there it is, the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the Rocks out back.
Now, we saw the Pro 4s out here only a short while ago, and literally as soon as they were finished and that podium was over, we saw scores of people making their way up towards these rocks. It's going to be absolutely fantastic out there this evening.
And on screen, they'll be coming from our right and then do a 90 right, down all the way to the end, do a 180 back, and up and over the Recaro Rocks. There is an Amsoil Hot Pits right next to, or just before you get to Potawatomi Turn 1, but I don't think we'll see much action there. But there could be some tires. We'll see what happens. But if you pull in to the Amsoil Hot Pits on a short course race like this, it's going to be tricky.
Yeah, not long now before we see these 4900s kick off. And don't forget, we've got 3 races this evening. First of all, we've got those 4900s, and they're going to be doing 7 laps. Then after them, we've got our EMC classes, the 4500s, the 4600s, and 4800s, and, of course, the
Stock Sportsman. Yep.
Thank you
Those
very
two
much,
square body pickups.
Indeed. And with slight difference there, we're going to be seeing the stock guys going to be racing 6 laps, and the rest of the class is going to be racing 7.
And then the 4400 Unlimited class, we bump them up to 8 laps.
It's exciting stuff. And just look at the crowds growing there now. Now we've got live bands back down here by the Red Barn. We've also got live bands right there where these guys are.
Guys and gals are filling up the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the Rocks. Rigid's been there all week getting everything set up. And speaking about setup, I had a great chat. You and I bumped into Cliff Flannery earlier, and he was talking just a few months ago. This hillside was covered in trees, and they've worked tirelessly to make this happen, and it's turned into an amazing, amazing event. And there's another great shot of the crowd. They're getting excited. They're ready to watch some Ultra 4 racing. I see some hands going up.
Yeah, they're looking forward to this now, Miles. It's not long before that flag drops. and we can get this thing going. But look at this. The light is starting to fade. Night is starting to come to Crandon.
And a few of these UTVs, I don't see much for lights up front. We'll see how that plays out for them. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Well, this is interesting. We were speaking about this. This is tactics. This is we're going to see how many guys here have really raced at night before. Because you don't want too much light facing forward. Because if there's a lot of dust, that's going to blind back at you. And that's going to make real problems for seeing. So let's see how that pans out.
It sounds like we are about to go live racing for the 4900 Can-Am UTV class. Remember, there are three classes racing all at the same time. We have the Open, the Stock, and the Pro Mod. And on that pole position is Mr. Travis Zollinger. They're going to slide this to yellow, and now when the flag drops, they'll be heading towards the Forest County Potawatomi Turn 1.
And we are go, go, go here in Crandon. 35 4900s make their way down to the Forest County Potawatomi Turn 1.
And from the inside, it's looking like, is that going to be Mike Park that maybe takes the whole shot? What a great race. Yes,
this.
number 904, Mike Park. And his Can-Am out front. They're going to hit this little Red Bull jump. We are live racing for the Progressive Crandon Classic. A little touch of the wheel action, the open wheel racing all day long. There's AJ Stratman. Looks like Jacob Fursey there. James Cantrell. Austin Lahr. Dustin Robbins.
Yeah, the whole field's got away safely, and they're now making their way down through, and the lead cars are already through the Polaris gravel pit.
And they are going to be racing hard for those Laser Nut trophies tonight. This is the points race. They raced yesterday for the heats. Today's the points. And the 4400s race tomorrow afternoon. I see Tyler and Todd Rimmereed out there, and they're going through the Bronco boulders. Mike Park still out front. Looks like Paul Wolf close behind him. Travis Zollinger, Jamie McCoy.
Look at the way they're picking their way through these rocks, Miles. Effortless as they make their way through these 4900s. They just keep on giving.
And during this race, it is actually the HCR hot pits. We'll see how many tires get changed in that one. There's the Lahr car. Patrick Murray.
Looks like most of our field have got through the rocks nice and clean.
Jeremy
and they're heading
Blackburn.
their way out through towards Argonne.
They're coming down the Yukon drop, as we just saw Zollinger absolutely sending it down there. This is what it's all about. This is Ultra 4 racing at its finest. This is the 4900 Can-Am UTV class.
So this is the new part of the track. This is the bit of the track that you wouldn't have seen earlier today. This has been put in especially for our Ultra 4s, and here is our lead car making his way across the rigid rocks.
Mike Park way out front, but Paul Wolf not too far behind. And this is where you have to play the ease game, because to finish first you must finish, and these rocks can really take a toll on these UTVs, because it's a maximum of a 35-inch tire.
Yeah, and look at Travis Zollinger there just wheeling in, hauling back Paul Wolf.
And there's Rimmereed pushing strong. Tyler Rimmereed's been racing all day long in a couple different classes. Great to see him doing that. There's Brian Hamby, Mike McClure, AJ Stratman.
And look at this.
Jacob Fursey. Wow, Jim.
It's just wheel-to-wheel action here, Miles, as they come to the pinch point before heading back out into the main track and making their way down towards Cowboy.
They're back on the normal short course as we speak, and they are all over the throttle. There's Carson Atkins, Jack Letourneau.
Yeah,
Levi Metzinger's up front doing well as well.
Yeah, and you can see our lead cars now just starting to pull out a bit of a lead over the rest of the pack. But look at this, there's still action going on back at the rigid rocks.
Starting to get a little bit of a log jam. There's Cody Quattlebaum on the closest to you. Peyton Dunford towards the back. There's Aiden Gilbert right at the top of our screen right there. He's got his dad, Casey Gilbert, riding shotgun with him. We'll see him race later on this evening in the 4400 class in his Miller car. Ooh, Peyton Dunford, it looks like rear-wheel drive's not working. Not quite sure what's going on. Maybe an axle issue, but the rocks is already starting in some attrition. And I believe Jacob Fursey has a driver rear flat tire. So the HCR hot pits will be popping today. Tough break for him. There's Dustin Robbins with all things UTV. No, that's Bill Hilliard. Sorry, he's running the old. He's running a very similar car. There's James Cantrell, Brian Stone. What a great start to this race. And there are the Bronco Boulders in the front stretch. They're 2 laps in, 5 laps to go out of 7. James Cantrell.
And already this field is starting to stretch out as our lead cars make their way back round towards the rigid rocks.
There's Rimmery. Now we're back to Paul Wolf and Travis Solinger heading back to the rigid rage on the rocks.
Let's not forget, Travis Solinger had a fantastic evening last night. This man is on fire. Let's see what he can do.
I saw somebody's car parked on the infield of the left front. Couldn't quite tell who that was. Tough break. But here is the man himself, Paul Wolf. But Travis Solinger is right behind him. So 2 Can-Ams. Travis Solinger, Mr. ZRP himself, is in a single-seat Can-Am. Lots of people don't run co-drivers during the short course. Oh, and Travis Zollinger's going for a pass up the Recaro rocks. Great pass by Travis Zollinger.
Now, we were talking about this the other day. That left-hand line is starting to cut up, and you can see that there. Now, was that right-hand front not pulling? Oh, we got a car over. Now, this is down on the rocks in front of the actual big house itself. So what happened there? I wonder if we can get a replay on that a little bit later.
And that was the 902 of Patrick Murray, and it's upside down in the Bronco Boulders. There's Mike McClure and Jeremy Blackburn.
So much action already here on course, and we're only 2.5 laps in.
When we showed up earlier this week, this was a complete grassed up area, absolutely beautiful. It is a full-on racetrack now. There's Tyler Rimmery.
There is so much going on. Nah, that's what I thought I saw. That looked like Paul Wolf parked up at the top of the rocks there. It looked like that.
It was a Can-Am. I'm not sure what happened.
Now, I think it was actually the right-hand front wasn't pulling. So it looks like you might have a broken shaft.
And there's Peyton Dumford pulled off to the side. Tough break for that young lady. There's Jeremy Blackburn and Mike McClure at the center of your screen heading up the Recaro rocks.
Yep. Still in start order from where they were right at the start of this race.
So that was Jamie McCoy that was pulled over to the side.
It is, you're right indeed. Car 70.
Running right over that progressive flag. I'll get you later, buddy.
Now, Jamie McCoy, we watched him in free practice. He had a fantastic pace. So it's really tough luck for Jamie. Oh, nice little bicycle right there.
That was Ian Boyce giving us a little action. Speaking about action, it is absolutely everywhere as they're diving into the Polaris gravel pit. There's Travis Zollinger still making his way.
Yeah, he's just passed the car that's rolled in the Bronco rocks, and he's making his way back out onto lap 3. Now, this car here's got a right-hand rear flat. Just trying to see who that is there.
Patrick Murray still on his side as Carson Atkins comes through and Tyler Gibbs. So let's give us a rundown on our current race leaders with 4 laps to go. It's Travis Zollinger.
In second place is Levi Metzinger.
In third position is Carson Atkins.
In fourth is Tyler Gibbs.
In that 5th position, James Cantrell.
And then in 6th is Brian Stone.
In that 7th position, Andy
Ives. And then in 8th is Todd Redmereed.
In 9th position, Dustin Robbins.
And then in 10th is Paul Wolf, but I got a feeling Paul Wolf might be broken, so let's watch that.
Off pace. Now it goes to Chris May, then Brian Hamby. So we'll go back to the action with Travis Zollinger back at the rigid rage on the rocks. They've been coming down the Yukon drop and then just full throttle all the way to the rock sections.
Yeah, now look at this. It's a fantastic drive here from Travis Zollinger. He's given us a schooling on these rocks.
He has raced that in the desert. He races short course. He races the rocks. He does a little bit of everything. There's Levi Metzinger, followed by Carson Atkins. Again, if you are just tuning in, we want to thank each and every one of you. This is the Progressive Crandon Classic, and they are back there at the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the rocks. But we're looking at the Bronco Boulders right now.
Yeah, our top 3 are all from the UTV Pro Mod class. And our top 3 as it stands at the moment. In first is Travis Zollinger. In second is Levi Metzinger. And in third is Carson Atkins.
Remember, there are 3 different classes racing all at the same time, scored separately, but racing during the all at once. We have the Open, the Stock, and the Pro Modified as James Cantrell and Brian Stone are battling it up. The Recaro rides at the top, and we have is that Jack Letourneau possibly at the top of the rock section? Aaron Lynch coming through.
Yeah, that's the 902 car there that we're looking at the moment.
And this left-hand side on our right is the little tougher section of this rock section. So with Patrick Murray on his side, they're having to take a little bit different. There's Dustin Robbins coming up the rock section.
Patrick Murray is now back on his wheels, and he is actually making his way, but I think he might have has he got a flat? It's hard to say. No, I think he might be clean. But he will be 2 laps down, of course.
Brian Hamby still chasing along. And look at that single track making a move. There's Bill Hilliard, followed by Jeremy Blackburn.
Now, it's going to be really interesting to watch these lines changing as this racing goes on. Let's not forget, we haven't just got the 4900s we're watching here. We've also got the EMC classes and then, of course, the big guns as we see contact.
Carson Atkins all over the tail of Levi Metzinger.
Now, he's going to put a move on him through the rocks here.
What a great battle through the Bronco boulders. Jim, this is an amazing race.
It is indeed. We love watching these vehicles as they pick their way through their rocks. Look at this back round of the rigid rocks. He gives him a little bit of help, pushes him up the rocks there.
That is Brandon Anderson, I believe.
Yeah, I think Brandon might have a broken front end there.
Ian Boyce.
So as you would say, Miles, a tough break. So the rocks are starting to take their toll on some of these vehicles as we watch the 225 spinning out onto track.
That was Brandon Anderson still running right along. But Travis Zollinger is still out front with 3 laps to go.
That's the 4915 there of Ian Boyce, who's making his way through Cowboy, but it's back to the Bronco rocks.
There's Rimmery trying to split the difference. There are UTVs all over. I see Brian Hamby still burning strong. Back to Levi Metzinger, and there is Jamie McCoy. Looks like he's having a little left rear issue possible. Oh, it looks like Levi Metzinger probably just smoked his belt. Lots of smoke going. Right rear isn't pulling possibly.
It's not pulling either, no. Or the front.
Levi Metzinger having issues with his UTV.
Tough now break. Levi was running in 3rd position and was up to 2nd for a while, so that's really unlucky for him. As we watch the 831.
That is
Bill
Hilliard and Jeremy Blackburn. Back to James Cantrell with Mad Ram 11, number 502. I believe that Razor is for sale, so if you want to come racing with us at Ultra 4, you can always come dabble.
It looks like Levi Metzinger still trying to get his vehicle off track there as we watch the 502 of James Cantrell clearing the rigid rocks.
This is our 3rd and final race in the Ultra 4 Eastern Series, and we will end up at Legends of the Fall at Mid-America Outdoors, just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. We'll have the Ultra 4 Nationals, the National Rock Racing Association Finals, and the Mid-America Outdoors Side-by-Side Championship Short Course Finals as well. That is October 26th through the 30th. That is a do-not-miss event. Absolutely amazing facilities there as well, just like here in Crandon. And Levi Metzinger is broke down in the middle of the Recaro Rock section. The attrition is starting to settle in.
And look at this, getting a schooling there, but there is our current race leader. That is Travis Zollinger.
Mr. ZRP himself.
And he's looking good here as he makes his way around. He's already completed 5 laps.
2 laps to go. So we're about to see the white flag. And checkers for Travis Zollinger.
And look at the carnage here, Miles. There's broken UTVs all over the place.
It is a parking lot back at the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the Rocks. We're starting
that's why we love Ultra 4 racing. It's about that extra little thing. It's about that extra little bit of difficulty. And that's why we love it so much.
Absolutely. They race at King of the Hammers. They do short course. You know, they do the rocks, woods, desert, whoops, mud. They do it all and do it all well.
That's the 979 picking his way through now.
That is Jack Letourneau. He had a great showing last night as well.
He did indeed. Looking very good indeed. And our current top 3, it is Travis Zollinger in 1st place. In 2nd, a big move up the field there for Tyler Gibbs. In 3rd, it's Karskin Aikens. And then in 4th is James Cantrell, followed in 5th by Todd Remereed.
And then Andy Ives, Dustin Robbins, Brian Hamby, Levi Metzinger, and Brian Stone in the... Sorry, Levi Metzinger is off a lap, and there's our current leader clearing the Recaro Rec section back there at the Rigid Rage on the rocks.
Yeah, and he's going to be collecting the white flag next time round.
So our current leader, Travis Zollinger, having a great show as he's heading towards the Cowboy corner, but lap traffic is definitely starting to take its toll.
It is indeed, but he'll soon pick his way past these cars. His pace is exceptional.
As Travis is heading towards the Forest County Potawatomi turn ones. They're heading through these little roller jump sections. They're probably hitting about 70 miles an hour right now. Just an absolute awesome showing here in Crandon, Wisconsin at the Big House.
Now, all of these vehicles they're racing have spotters in the stands. And Travis Zollinger's spotter will be telling him, you got a comfortable lead there, bud. Keep it on out there. Don't do anything dumb.
Well, they got a helmet on. It's hard to do that, isn't it, Jim? You put the visor down and everything goes, oh, the right front on that 810 car looked a little wobbly.
It did indeed. So it's Travis Zollinger. He's coming around through the Polaris gravel pit.
And look at the lap traffic there is. Remember, there are 3 races going on the same time. And then we'll send it down to our one and only Tiffany Stone to give away those Laser Nut trophies.
So it looks like Travis Zollinger now is making his way around Calamity. Picks up the white flag.
Is out for Travis Zollinger.
And he is now on his final lap, making his way across the Bronco
But
rocks.
Tyler Gibbs just goes for the pass in the Bronco boulders. So there's a lead change as the white flag comes out.
Look at this fantastic stuff here from Tyler Gibbs.
And Tyler Gibbs does have a co-driver in there. We'll see if Travis Zollinger can reel him back in or not. Wow, what a great last lap we have on our hands.
We have. Now, Tyler Gibbs started in 8th position, so he's having a fantastic race. Oh, look at that. Skies it coming off that top, making his way around to the rigid rocks.
He drops down the Yukon launch and is absolutely sending it and starting to pull away from Zollinger, possibly.
Now, what's Zollinger got? Has he got anything? Can Travis come back?
He is still hot on his heels for the 4900 Can-Am UTV class.
So Tyler's making his way through now. He's got 2 rock gardens to go.
And Tyler Gibbs does have the fastest time of the night with a 2:41. That is an impressive lap time.
And just look at him now. He's absolutely throwing it at the scenery. Oh, he gets a bad bounce.
Looks like the car's still okay, but Travis Zollinger just has about another minute to go before that checkered flag comes out. Is he going to have enough, or is he going to have to settle for that 2nd position?
He's going to want that number 1 spot. Let's see what they can do as they make their way back around and come back out onto the short course.
And this is the 4900 Pro Modified out front with Tyler Gibbs and Travis Zollinger right behind him.
So Tyler Gibbs makes his way around Cowboy turn, and he's on the straight, making his way down to turn 1.
Looks like Rufus Racing is back home with doing a little watch party. They've only got Zandy and Chip here, and they usually come in full force, but they're tuned in back home. As we watch Tyler Gibbs, just a few corners to go.
Full opposite lock as he makes his way up through the Red Bull Arch and round into the Ponzi top turn. Then over Skybox and heads on down to the Polaris gravel pit.
And then hit the Polaris legendary leap.
And look at his co-driver pumping the air.
Pumped up, and it looks like Travis Zollinger is not giving up. But
1 turn to go.
His co-driver is super excited. I love the raw emotion during the race. So heading towards the Calamity corner, 1 turn to go.
And look at Zollinger.
Zollinger's trying to dive to the
right
inside.
up there. Oh, look at this, Miles. Oh, there's contact.
And does he have it? I believe it goes to Tyler Gibbs. Travis Zollinger right behind him.
What a fantastic race. Absolutely superb stuff. And we've just seen Tyler Gibbs crossing the line. He's even made his way across the rocks. He didn't need to do that. I think that was just an accident of the direction he was traveling. Superb stuff there from Tyler Gibbs. And what racing from Travis Zollinger.
Tyler Gibbs there, our unofficial race winner for the 4900 Can-Am UTV class.
And in 3rd position, just crossing the line now, is Carson Aikens, who's also done 7 laps. So unofficially, our top three currently. In first position, unofficially, is Tyler Gibbs. In second is Travis Zollinger. And in third is Karsten Aikens.
And that is in the Pro Modified class. We still have the Stock and the Mod to go.
So still plenty of race action going out on course, even as we speak. And just look at these rocks. The rigid rocks are not disappointing. And just look at this wheel on the 714 there, Miles. Bent at peculiar angles. We've got that. I think that's Travis Metzinger there, still parked at the bottom.
Levi Metzinger
Levi,
still
sorry.
broke. It is an absolute parking lot back at the Rigid Rage on the rocks.
But still the action continues as our 4900 classes make their way around the track. We've had 5 finishes so far. In first position unofficially is Tyler Gibbs. In second, Travis Zollinger. In third is Karsten Aikens. In fourth is Todd Remereed. In fifth is James Contrell. So we're just waiting to see what happens now. Miles is just trying to work out the class wins. We've got to get these guys all down to the podium, and Tiffany Stone is going to be handing out the awards. But we've still got plenty of racing to go yet, as we've got to bring over the line our 3 classes. So just a quick reminder, we've got the stock productions, we've got the open class, and we've got the pro mods. It's the pro mods that have dominated so far in this race.
So I believe Brian Hamby's in that first position for the stock class, and it looks like first is going to go to Chris May in the open class. And we'll give away some of those amazing laser nut trophies thanks to Cody Wagner and company.
Indeed. And still we've got finishes crossing the line now. 13 vehicles have now completed. As we cut back to the 714. On the rigid rocks. And he's got big problems. Control arm looks like it's broken. That means his drive shaft is probably broken as well, which means he's got no drive, but he's still trying to force his way up there. Never surrender attitude of these Ultra 4 drivers. And our 14th car crosses the line to complete the 7 laps. So far, unofficially, in first position, it's Tyler Gibbs. Then in second, it's Travis Zollinger. In third, it's Karsten Aikens. In fourth, it's Todd Remereed. In fifth, is James Contrell.
In 6th place overall, Dustin Robbins, Brian Hamby. In 8th, Chris May. In 9th, Bill Hilliard. In 10th, Paul Wolf.
Then 11th, we got Jeremy Blackburn. 12th, AJ Stratman. In 13th, Brian Stone. And currently our 14th place finisher is Mike McClure. We just need to break this down into classes, and we'll let you know exactly where we are.
So unofficially in the Pro Mod, it's Tyler Gibbs 1, Travis Zollinger 2, Carson Atkinson 3. In the stock class, unofficially, Brian Hamby 1, Jeremy Blackburn 2, and AJ Stratman in that 3rd position. In the open class, in 1st place, unofficially, Chris May, and then Bill Hilliard. Still waiting for to round out the podium in the open class, I believe.
Yeah, and we're just watching on screen now Garrett Toombs as he makes his way around Calamity Turn. And he takes the checkered flag.
What a great way to start out Ultra 4 racing. What a wonderful night. Thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in. It's been a great show here at the Big House in Crandon, Wisconsin.
It's fantastic to be here, Miles. It's the 53rd anniversary of the Crandon World Championships, and we are honored to bring Ultra 4 here to the Big House.
And they are all world champions, and the first place in each class does get a ring.
Okay, while we're sorting this out, and we're going to get down to the podium very soon, we're going to cut out to a short commercial break, and we'll be back with more action here at Crandon very soon.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. with Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire. Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. We know trust isn't given, it's earned. And for more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. 150 years of perfecting how tires are made, continuing to both raise the bar while setting the industry standard. From the trail to the racetrack, from off the beaten path to the highways and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence 150 years in the making. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
You feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
This is Mountain Dew.
rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Take your thirst and thrill it. Do the do.
You know, as crazy as it sounds, I just don't blow the dust off my bow and go hunting. For us, the hunt really never stops. The hunting season never ends. It's 365 days all year long. Using the machines in our everyday life like we do, if we didn't have them, I couldn't imagine it. They simply help us get our job done.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Okay, and welcome back here to Crandon. It is the 53rd anniversary of these Crandon World Championships, and we've just seen some fantastic racing in the 4900 class. Miles, what do you got for us?
It's a great job, but we have our one and only Tiffany Stone down at the box, and this is our 4900 Can-Am Open event, and third place goes to Andy Ives. In second position is Bill Hilliard, and in the number one spot is Mr. Chris May. Tiffany, it's your show.
Congratulations to you, Chris. You were just talking to me. This is your first time in a side-by-side for an Ultra 4 race. You come out here, the big house. Your smile says everything right now. Who'd you like to thank?
Oh, I got to thank my wife and daughter and my buddy Z-Man up in the spotter tower. We just didn't expect this at all. Come out here to have fun, and it's awesome. I've been racing big cars with Ultra 4 and dropped down to the little UTVs, and, man, it was fun, and just thank you. So.
Awesome. Well, we're still figuring out great things here. We're trying to make sure that you guys enjoy racing at the big house. We're here underneath the lights right now. A big congratulations to the top 3 finishers in the 4,900 open class.
So we'll take a quick break and do some more LaserNet trophies right after this.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
Is good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
You know, as crazy as it sounds, I just don't blow the dust off my bow and go hunting. For us, the hunt really never stops. The hunting season never ends. It's 365 days all year long. Using the machines in our everyday life like we do, if we didn't have them, I couldn't imagine it. They simply help us get our job done.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
Welcome back to Crandon, Wisconsin at the Big House. This is the World Champions. They're getting a ring for this. We have some LaserNet trophies to give away for the 4,900 Can-Am UTV Stock class. We have Tiffany Stone down low. And here is our stock class. In third position, number 40, Jeremy Blackburn. In that second position, number 817, Brian Hamby. And taking that top spot goes to number 95, Todd Rimmereed. Tiffany, it's your show.
Congratulations to you, Todd. It's so good to see you. We've seen you race multiple different series and coming out here and doing a lot of great things. Walk me through what it feels like to take a top spot at the Big House here on Labor Day weekend.
I get emotional, so I hope I can talk through it. But, you know, we've had quite a roller coaster ride just this weekend alone. We raced last night, and it was a great experience just kind of flying across the rocks. And I told myself, I'm going to go harder today, and I'm going to try to break those A-arms off this car. I'm going to give it everything I got. And our crew helped us. We had to work. We lost, was just running on one cylinder, so we had to take everything off the car. And these two guys down here worked really hard all day getting it up and going. And so it's been just an amazing race to finish and with all four wheels still on the ground and great competition.
Who would you like to thank?
Well, again, my whole family. We've got Polaris. I drove the wheels off that little RS1, and it's been an amazing machine. Dirt Launch was helping us get this motor tuned in. The Greaves family, Polaris, obviously, Mackey Construction back home, Concrete Supply, KCP, and Bobcat. equipment. So.
Awesome. Well, Todd, a little known fact, when a man cries, I usually give him a hug because I can't see it. So come in here, give me a little hug over here. Hop up on number one. Another big round of applause for your 4,900 stock top 3 finishers. Back up to you guys.
What a great job, Jeremy Blackburn, Brian Hamby, and top of the box goes to Todd Rimmereed. So we're going to clear the stage, and we'll be right back after this.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare at the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
Welcome back to the Crandon Classic. We were racing out the Rigid Rage on the Rocks, and up next is going to be the Pro Modified class. In third position goes to Carson Atkins. And it was an absolute race to the finish. In second position, number 20, Travis Zollinger. And with that amazing pass on the last lap is the number 926 of Tyler Gibbs. Tiffany, let's see what they have to say.
Tyler, just like Miles was saying, it was a race to the finish. Obviously, right after the white, you were able to make a pass in the Bronco Boulders right here with Travis. Walk us through exactly what your spotter and what you were thinking.
I was just trying to hold it wide open, and I didn't give a shit what I broke.
Well, talking about that, I know you've got to thank a lot of people for giving you that top spot here at Crandon Labor Day weekend.
I'd like to thank my co-driver, PJ, my mom and dad, G4 suspension, MRT tires, ZRP, VP Racing Fuels, HCR suspension, and that's it.
Awesome. We'll hop up on that top spot. Another round of applause for your top 3 finishers. Pro Mod 4900s. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Tiffany, and congrats to Carson Atkins, Travis Zollinger, and Tyler Gibbs. Up next and on screen is the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, and the 4600 Spider Track Stock class. And then we still have 2 in the Stock Sportsman as well. This is the Everyman Challenge race, and they are going to be taking off here very shortly, Jim.
They are indeed. This is a class that we had so much fun with last night. Brent Harrell was, of course, victorious, but let's see what happens. Today is another day. Let's not forget the course is longer. The course is darker, most importantly. They're going to be coming around this light stage in the short course, and then they're going to shoot out the back towards the rigid rocks, and it's going to be absolutely pitch black. They're going to have dust. They're going to have all sorts of things to contend with as we look at them now, lining up, ready for their land rush start.
So we'll give you a quick rundown. Again, we are doing 3 races at the same exact time. We have 11 4800 cars, 6 45 cars, 3 46, and 2 in the Stock Sportsman. So technically 4 races all at the same time. And in the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, you can have 2.5 shocks per corner, limited to 14 inches of travel, mechanical steering, and a maximum of a 37-inch DOT tire, front-mounted engine, but unlimited horsepower.
And in the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, you can have a front or rear-mounted engine, but unlimited horsepower. The vehicle must contain 2 seats side by side, a single shock per corner, a maximum of a 37-inch DOT tire, solid axles only. But this class, you can build cars specifically for it, or of course you can retire 4400 class cars back into this class as long as they conform to the rules.
And taking off in the second row is the 4600 Spider Track Stock class. It needs to have a stock OEM frame, factory engine, factory transmission, 35-inch DOT tires, single shock per corner, factory style suspension like leaf springs, coil springs, TTP, etc., mechanical steering.
Yeah, and then of course our final class this evening is the Stock Sportsman. Any action, any axle, stock engine, tyres up to 40-inch, must pass safety and tech, and this class is a whole load of fun. It's not going to be long now before we see these cars leaving the line.
The stock classes will run 6 laps. The 45 and 48s will run 7 laps. This is going to be an exciting race to watch. You do not want to miss a thing.
Engines are running. They're getting ready for action.
And in the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class in the East Division, this is our third and final race. And the number 1 spot is Dwayne Garrettson, and number 2 is Troy Digby, and number 3 is Rick Levezzo. And in the 4,600 Spider Track Stock class in the Eastern Series,
we've got John Schaefer, Vaughn Ginn Jr., and Bailey Cole.
And the 4,800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, we have Ryan Taylor, Evan Sherman, and Trevor Fultz. And we have in the 4,500 class, Justin Hall won last year. Casey Gilbert won his class last year. It's going to be a great race to watch. And again, this is for the World Championships here in Crandon, Wisconsin. They do get one of those amazing championship rings. This is for points. This is a points race. This is for payouts, and this is for some of those laser nut trophies.
Now,
and if you just saw the last race, we run back at the Rigid Race on the Rocks.
Now, we saw a great battle last night between Brent Harrell and Jeremy Jones. Are we going to see that repeated tonight? Only time will tell.
As we patiently await, we need to give a huge shout out to King Shocks, Laser Nut, Griffin Race Radiators, VP Racing Fuels, Nitto, Holly, EFI, and King of the Hammers.
Can-Am, Ford, Bronco, Monster Energy, Optima Batteries, 4-Wheel Parts, and Progressive Insurance.
Baja Jerky, Recaro Seats, and Spider Tracks.
AMSOIL, Method Race Wheels, Axel RC Cars, and PCI Race Radios.
Action Sports Canopy, Tread Lightly, Brannick Motorsports, Rigid, and ARB.
Warn, Factor 55, HCR, Yukon Gear and Axle, MBRP Exhaust, and off-the-grid clothing. Now there is our starter. He's making his way across the grid, and he'll be soon going up the tower and picking up his flag.
So please support who supports support. With all these amazing marketing partners, we would not be racing here today under the lights here at the Big House. If you're building a race car, a tow machine, a mall crawler, check out all these wonderful sponsors we have here at Ultra 4 Racing. Again, this is the Progressive Crandon Classic.
Okay, our starter is making his way up into the tower now, and very shortly we are going to be seeing our EMC classes leaving the line. Our front row of the grid is Brent Harrell, Jeremy Jones, Steve Graff, Ryan Taylor, Justin Hall, Rick Levezzo, Eric Wickel, and Dwight Garrison.
And Sean Rance, Cody St. Clair, Bailey Cole, Vaughn Gittin Jr., Sean Reisky, Ryan Rebb, Brad Lovell, Troy Digby.
Any second now, Miles, we're going to see go, go, go here in Crandon. That's the yellow. Where's the green? There it is.
And they are off. Who is going to get the whole shot? All you can see are those rigid lights burning down towards the Forest County Potawatomi, turn number 1. And it is Brent Harrell, I believe.
It is Brent Harrell. It looks like that's Jeremy Jones on the outside as they make their way around, heading towards the Red Bull Arch.
Ryan Taylor followed by Jeremy Jones. So Ryan Taylor is physically in the lead up front. Team Indiana looking good right out of the gate. There's Ryan Rockel. There is Justin Hall, Eric Weichel. Remember, there are 4 separate classes racing at the same time. We will do our best. It's getting dark. It's getting a little dusty. We're going to have some fun here.
We are, but it's Ryan Taylor who's taken the whole shot in the car 53.
There was Brian Moore. That's his first race with Ultra 4. And it looks like Brent Harrell's trying to get him at the legendary leap. But it's still Ryan Taylor out front early. But Brent Harrell is all over Taylor's heels.
Yeah, as they come around the Calamity corner and across the finish line for the first time, and they're onto the Bronco Rocks. Oh, and look at the pace here of Ryan Taylor.
So I was talking to Brett Harrell, Brent's dad, and he was saying he's going to actually take it easy on the first few laps in the Bronco Boulders, trying to save those Nitto tires. But Ryan Taylor absolutely sent it. There is Steve Graff, Eric Weichel, Justin Hall, Trevor
Sean Rance there
Webb,
making his way through.
Troy Digby, Brian Moore. And here comes a couple Broncos into the Bronco Boulders as we hit the Yukon launch, and it's still Ryan Taylor out front and that obstacle machine behind him with Brent Harrell.
And look at the difference in the lighting.
Ryan Taylor in that Trent fabrication machine, chased down by Brent Harrell in a Horschel-built machine.
Now, Ryan Taylor had some bad luck earlier this week. He rolled his vehicle, and you can see he just wasn't quite sure where to go there, and Brent is right on his rear bumper. But Ryan's got the pace as he makes his way across the rocks.
Jeremy Jones and Dan Young right behind them. There's Steve Grass and John Dykes.
And there's Eric Wickel.
It's Eric Weichel.
And Justin Hall, of course.
Sean Reisky. And look how the rocks back there. This is absolutely amazing.
Now, Brent had Waylon Campbell co-driving for him last night, but I don't think that's going to happen this evening, but I might be mistaken.
He was riding with them last night. You are absolutely correct, but with his race next, it's going to be really close.
Absolutely.
And we are back at the Recaro Rocks for the Rigid Rage on the Rocks.
See Sean Rance there picking his way up there in the OG Bronco.
I saw Dwayne Garrettson as well.
And that was Jeremy Jones making his way around
some
Cowboy.
Of the Broncos in the rocks out back. We'll try to pan all over the course.
Now, I think some people have got past Brent Harrell here. I've got a feeling that was Jeremy Jones we just saw in front of him. So we'll see how that pans out as they make their way into the short course.
We saw the HCR hot pits busy earlier on today.
Yep, it does look
right.
Yeah, it looks like
Steve Graff gets around Brent Harrell.
It looks like Jeremy Jones and Steve Graff have managed to get past Brent Harrell. That must have happened on the rigid rocks.
There's Eric Weichel and Trevor. No, that's Sean Reisky.
So it's all go here.
Turn. So it looks like Justin Hall is in the lead in the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class.
And Ryan Taylor, we should be seeing him coming around very shortly to finish off his first lap. But at the moment, we're just looking up. Oh no, we've got to roll over inside the Calamity corner.
Is that Sean Reisky possibly?
No, that's Ryan Taylor's definitely safely through, so our leaders are safely through. We'll come back to you on who that is in a bit. But currently, our race leader is Ryan Taylor. In second
is Jeremy Jones.
In third is Steve Graff.
And that fourth position, Sean Reisky.
In fifth, it's or in fourth, sorry, it's Brent Harrell.
Eric Weichel.
And then in sixth, in seventh is Justin Hall.
And then Ryan Webb, Rick Levezzo, Sean Rance, and Dwayne Garrettson. So in first place in the modified class is Justin Hall. First place in the Legends class is Ryan Taylor. And the stock class is Bailey Cole out front.
Yeah, Bailey Cole had a fantastic race yesterday. Rounding out against his other stock racers, Vaughan Skitton Jr. and, of course,
and in the Bronco boulders as we speak are the Broncos, and it looks like Brad Level is out front, then followed by Bailey Cole, and then Vaughan Skitton Jr.
Well, we're watching Ryan Taylor now, our current race leader, as he picks his way up through the rigid rocks.
So
and look at the pace of this vehicle as it makes its way through them. Makes it look so easy.
In first and second place, and then the Steel Nuts Off-Road of Steve Graff in that third position.
Indeed, and then just behind them, that is Brent Harrell.
So Brent Harrell was running a great pace. I'm not sure what happened. We got a little crossed up. It looks like Sean Reisky right behind him.
Now, I heard a rumor, I don't know if it's true, that Brent Harrell's running a 35-inch tyre to try and get extra pace on the short course. If he's doing that, of course, that could affect his performance in the rocks.
Absolutely. You can have a 37-inch. There is the Broncos.
These are the Broncos.
Bailey Cole, I believe, followed closely by Vaughan Skitton Jr., but Brad Level was just in front of him.
And look at the pace of these stock cars.
It is absolutely amazing what the 4600 Spider Track stock class Broncos can do with Bailey Cole and Vaughan Skitton Jr., but I do believe it is Brad Level out front in the Bronco as they're heading. Oh, there's Sean Rance. Looks like no rear-wheel drive. Not sure what's going on there. Tough break. And there's our physical race leader, Brad Level up top. And the rigid rage on the rocks is proving to be difficult on the backside.
Now, that's interesting. Sean Rance has now got rear-wheel drive again, so I'm guessing that he just dropped out of...
The transfer case must have popped out or something.
Read my mind.
And there's Jeremy Jones.
Yeah, come back to our race leaders, and that is Jeremy Jones, who was running in second position, and it looks like he might have taken the first position. That looked like Ryan Taylor behind him.
And that may be Ryan Rockhold that was flopped over, not quite sure.
Just waiting for confirmation here. Yes, we have got a change in the lead. It is now Jeremy Jones has taken the lead from Ryan Taylor, and then in third position, it's Brent Harrell, who has overtaken Steve Graff.
What a great race we have on our hands, and now Sean Reisky's in that fourth position.
Now, it looks like Steve Graff's actually dropped back a couple of places here. So it'll be interesting to know what's happened. See if he's got any flat tyres. Yes, he has. He's got a right-hand rear flat there, so a tough break there for Steve Graff. Now, they can come in to the hot pit and change a tyre, but they've got to make a call here. They've only got 7 laps.
We have people turned in all over the world, so thanks to each and every one of you. This is the Progressive Crandon Classic here at the Big House, and they are out back once again at the Rigid Rage on the Rocks. And look, Brent Harrell's on the outside of Ryan Taylor trying to go for the pass. Is he going to be able to make it stick as they go into the rocks? It's going to be close, up and over.
I'm wondering if Ryan
Taylor had to check up.
Yeah, I think Ryan Taylor might be carrying a flat. The way the whole car was squealing around there just didn't look quite right to me. So let's just keep an eye on him and see what happens. I think he might have a right rear flat, but we'll see.
And I believe it was Ryan Rockhold that was flopped over in Calamity
Oh, look at
Corner.
this. And he's been... Oh!
Up and
action,
over.
action.
Sean Reisky gets all over the back of Brent Harrell, and so...
He says, can I have a
Ryan
piggyback,
Taylor
please?
right
Carry
next
me to the
him.
tops of these rocks.
Open wheel racing at its finest. This is absolutely awesome. I know the crowd is having an absolute blast back at the Rigid Rage on the Rocks.
And that's why we love Ultra 4 racing, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Crandon. Welcome to Ultra 4. It's so good to be here, Miles.
Absolutely. This is your first time here, Jim, and I know it's not going to be your last. You're having an absolute blast, just like I am. Now, Sean Reisky.
Sean Reisky, he's really upping the pace now. You can sense it.
And there's one of the Broncos chasing the old school Bronco, Sean Rance.
Yeah, the OG Bronco, Sean Rance, being chased by
Vaughn Gittin Jr. Saw Vaughn Gittin Jr. having an interview today, and he was talking about how much he's just loving Crandon. And Vaughn Gittin Jr. comes from the drifting background, but he has really stepped up in a huge way. He was our national champion last year in the 4400 class. And just think about that, Jim. Vaughn Gittin has to hop from his Bronco to his 4400 Bronco right after this race, so double duty at its finest.
Indeed. And I've got some news on that one a little bit later for you. As we watch now, our Broncos picking their way up through the rocks. Oh, look at that, sparks flying everywhere.
And
I do love night racing.
Jeremy Jones still is out front. 3 laps to go out of this 7-lap race.
And it's Bailey Cole who's been overtaken now by Vaughn Gittin Jr.
And Brad Lovell still out front. There's Eric Weichel and Justin Hall racing under the lights here at the Big House is absolutely amazing. They will race to be world champions here in Crandon. They'll get their ring. This is a points race as well.
As they head out as our leaders head out onto their 5th lap, our first position vehicle at the moment is Jeremy Jones. In second
is Brent Harrell.
In third is Sean Reisky.
In fourth, Ryan Webb.
And in 5th at the moment, who we think is Eric Wickel. But Ryan Taylor, I've got a feeling that Ryan Taylor, I've got a feeling he's got a flat tyre there. I think it was that right-hand rear. Something was certainly not right. That whole car was moving around in a very strange way.
There's Brent Harrell in the back in that obstacle machine, putting those Nitto tires to work.
I think he's woken up. He realizes he's in a full race here, and if he wants to get that lead, he's going to have to earn it.
Well, like I said, he was going to take it easy at the first of the race in the rocks, and he did. But now he's got some. It looks like Sean Reisky's getting a little love tap, and look at the sparks down there. Sean Reisky and Brent Harrell are giving the fans exactly what they want back there.
Now that's a tough line there for Sean going up that left-hand side. There's bigger rocks, and look at the sparks flying as he crests over the top.
And that was Brian Moore parked in the middle of the rocks back there. Hopefully he can get it back going. But first in the modified class is Rick Levezzo. Sorry, is Justin Hall, then Rick Levezzo, and then Dwayne Garrett's in the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle modified class.
But look at this, in 9th position, it's Brad Lovell in the stock Bronco.
That is absolutely amazing. In the 4600 Spider Track stock class, it is Brad Lovell. And then Vaughn Gittin Jr., then Bailey Cole.
So complete role reversal from what we saw last night. Last night we saw, of course, Bailey Cole taking the line and taking the win. And Brad Lovell coming in 3rd position in that class, but not tonight. Tonight, Brad Lovell has come to race.
And there's Rick Levezzo as we speak, heading up the Rigid Rage on the rocks.
Yeah, and it looks like he's got a left rear flat there, so unlucky there for Rick.
Yeah, the Amsoil hot pits are definitely hopping tonight, and we have a huge rollover in the Polaris gravel pit that landed on his wheels.
Just checking the suspension, that's all he was doing there, Miles. But I've got a feeling that might have been Jeremy Jones.
Wow, Jeremy Jones takes a huge tumble that saved it.
But it looks like we've just had a lead change there. It looks like Brent Harrell is now our race leader. closely followed by Jeremy Jones, who just had that big tumble.
And Jeremy Jones is hoping to race in tomorrow's Crandon Red Bull World Cup as well, so we'll see. And we're back with the Broncos as Bailey Cole got back around Vaughn Gittin Jr., so it's been a great battle between those two, but Brad Lovell's still out front in the 4600 Spider Track Stock class.
Oh, look at this.
Vaughn Gittin makes the move on into the woods. Who's it going to have? Vaughn Gittin Jr. does squeeze it right in front of Mr. Bailey Cole.
Now they're teammates, but there's no love lost out on the track. Look at them go. Fantastic action here. I love night racing, Miles. It's one of my most favourite things. I get to do lots of it in Europe, so it's so good to see this here at Crandon this evening.
And look at Cowboy Corner. Bailey Cole sticks on the inside. Is he going to get the run on Vaughn Gittin Jr.? There is an absolute drag race towards the Forest County Potawatomi Turn 1.
Equal vehicles, equal suspension, equal engines, and it's Vaughn who makes his way down into the Potawatomi. Turn 1 first of all,
But
and
Bailey
coming
Cole's
alongside.
on the outside.
Oh,
It's a drag race as they hit the Red Bull Leap.
look at this. Fantastic action here in Crandon.
And you know they're all over the horn. The Nitto tires of Vaughn Gittin Jr. are battling out against Bailey Cole's Yokohamas.
And then passing the OG there.
So three
Bronco
Broncos
OG.
in this, all in, and there is Ford contingency money on the line. So if whatever Bronco does win, we'll take a couple $1,000s home from Ford Performance.
I'm loving this. Bailey Cole saying to Vaughn Gittins Jr., anything you can do, I can do too. And he's just hanging on to his bumper.
But don't forget, it's Brad Lovell that's actually leading that class, but it's a great battle between these two on screen.
It is indeed, but let's just cut back to our leaders that we're going to see very shortly. Oh, who's this?
Right rear tire.
Now, that's Ryan Taylor.
Jeremy Jones.
Is that Jeremy Jones?
I can't tell.
I reckon that's Ryan Taylor, looking at the lights there.
Yep, you are right. That is Ryan Taylor. And look at the sparks flying through the Recaro Rock section out back.
I have to say, how much of an anorak do I have to be to actually recognize a car from
By
his
his
lights?
lights. You're getting good at this, Jim. I love working with you, buddy.
Weak lemon jink on its way for me. Right, okay, we're still with the action here. Currently, our race leader is Brent Harrell. In second is Jeremy Jones, who took that massive tumble in the gravel pit.
And that third position is Sean Reisky, followed closely by Ryan Webb.
And then it's Eric Wickel. And then our first in modified class, it's Justin Hall.
And our second in modified class is Sean Rance and then Rick Levezzo. And in the stock class, it's Brad Lovell, Vaughn Gittin, and Bailey Cole. Bailey Cole got around Vaughn Gittin Jr. This is an awesome battle between these two Broncos out back.
These two are absolutely going at it. The gloves are off.
2 laps to go. The white flag, I believe. Yeah, white flag
is out. Now we've got a change. It looks like we've got Jeremy Jones is back in the lead. Sean Reisky is back into second. In third is Ryan Webb. Where is Brent Harrell?
Brent Harrell is in that third position. Brent Harrell and Ryan Webb are battling for third and fourth right now. But Jeremy Jones and Sean Reisky are battling hard. Sean Reisky is having a heck of a day to be battling with these.
Look at these Broncos picking their way up through these rocks. And let's not forget, these are stock class vehicles. Incredible stuff there from these drivers.
Yeah, Ford Performance really stepped up in a huge way this year at King of the Hammers, and these Broncos have been racing all season long.
So we've now got 5 cars who are on their final lap as we watch Ryan Taylor. Look at this.
In the love bug.
3 wheels on my wagon as he makes his way around across the start-finish arch.
Around Calamity Corner and 3-wheel action with the white flag still out. Who's going to grab that checkered flag? Is it going to be Jeremy Jones or Sean Reisky? It's going to be a race to the finish.
It is. 4 wheels is overrated. He's actually catching Justin Hall. Incredible stuff there.
There's our race leaders at the Rigid Rage on the Rocks, and Sean Reisky's going for the pass on Jeremy Jones. This is awesome race
Sean
action
Reisky,
here.
he takes the lead from Jeremy Jones. Don't forget, this is the final lap. This is the 7th lap in our EMC race here in Crandon.
What an amazing, amazing race we've had on our hands, and Sean Reisky gets around Jeremy Jones. Jeremy Jones takes a tumble. Brent Harrell's been in the mix. There has been lead change after lead change, but Sean Rice is going to give it all he's got as he heads towards the Forest County Potawatomi Turn 1 here at the
and
Big
Jeremy
House.
Jones gets the run on him, making his way down towards Potawatomi. But what's Sean Reisky got? He's taking that inside line. Is he going to throw it in there? Oh, yes, he is.
What's it going to be? Just a few more corners yet to go, about 1 more minute. And it's Jeremy Jones with the fastest lap of the night with a 2:42.
And Jeremy Jones making his way up round through Ponzi now as he heads down through to Skybox. 3 more turns.
Jim, this is an absolute awesome race. We started with the 4900 Can-Am UTV class, but we are racing the EMC class right now. And up front's the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. Jeremy Jones and Sean
He
Raske.
shuts the door there on Sean Raske. He's only got Calamity Corner to go.
Now, is there going to be any bumping and racing here coming in? And it does look like he's going to dive to the inside, but Jeremy Jones with the run on it.
He protects the
Jeremy,
line.
and
Sean Raske.
with
Is he
a
going to hold
huge
it?
wheel stand. Is he going to still get on the podium? It's going to be a drag race. It's going to be
Drag
Brent
race.
Harrell or Sean Raske. They collide again.
What a
Unofficially,
race.
Jeremy
What a
Jones
race.
1, Brent Harrell 2, and Sean Raske 3. Upside down, backwards, and everything else.
We need some of those boards they have in figure skating. You know those ones where you hold up and it says 7 and 8?
10, that was a 10. Upside down, all over the gas, huge wheel stand. What a show Ultra 4 put on tonight.
We've still got more racing to come.
Wow,
Unofficially,
wow.
our race winner is Jeremy Jones. In second position is the young man Brent Harrell. In third place is Sean Raske. In fourth is Ryan Webb. But there's still so much more racing out there to come. But don't forget, we have 3 classes
And
out
look
on track.
on screen right now, so talking about that, it's Vaughn Gittin Jr. struggling just a little bit, but he makes his way up. The
But where's Bailey
rigid
Cole?
Rage on the rocks.
But where's Bailey Cole? They've been holding hands all the way around in this race so far, exchanging positions. But I don't see Bailey. Or is that him there in
There's
the background?
Bailey Cole.
That's
So
Bailey.
Bailey Cole is in front of Vaughn Gittin Jr., but remember, it's still Brad Level out front in this race.
Indeed. And Eric Wickel has now crossed the line into 5th position.
And there is our physical race leader in the 4600 Spider Track stock class, back by the skybox. So he's heading towards the Polaris gravel pit. That Ford Bronco of Brad Level is looking good. He'll be taking $2,000 of Ford contingency money home if he can keep it together. And he's got his son Adam riding shotgun. How amazing is that to share that with your kid here at the big house?
Yeah, but what's most impressive here, Ryan Taylor's just crossed the line in 7th position with that right-hand rear flat. He ran half the race with a flat tire, but check this out. You're not going to believe this, Miles. Crossing the line now, any moment, is Brad Lovell, who crosses the line in 8th position in a stock class Bronco.
That is absolutely amazing. And it looks like in the modified class, it is going to be unofficially Justin Hall. So what a great race we have, and it's not over yet as Bailey Cole gets 2nd position in the 4600 Spider Track stock class.
So a fantastic weekend for Bailey Cole. 1st yesterday, 2nd today. I know his dad will be watching at home and he'll be buzzing with pride, that's for sure. And crossing the line to take 3rd in stock class is Vaughn Gittin Jr. What a fantastic race we're having here, Miles.
And the Crandon track crew has done an absolutely amazing job. And there is Sean Raske that put on one heck of a show all the way to the finish line.
He had nothing left. It looked like steering fluid pouring out of the front of that vehicle. But while we're waiting for them to set up the podium so we can get these guys on stage and celebrate this incredible racing, we're going to cut out for a short commercial break. And we'll be right back here in Crandon for more action.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado ZR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
Steelite polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steelite's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steelite provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steelite to protect your investment.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to the Crandon Ultra 4 Classic. Miles, what an incredible amount of racing we just had there.
It was such a great show. Lots of action everywhere. And we have our Mrs. Tiffany Stone down there. We're going to start with the 4600 Spider Track Stock class. In third position, the number 2567 of Vaughn Gittin Jr. In second position, number 13, Bailey Cole. And top of the box goes the number 4621. He loves himself some Crandon. Mr. Brad Lovell with his son Adam riding shotgun. Tiffany, let's hear what Brad and his son have to say.
Brad, it's so good to talk to you here. You know, you and I are friends, and we've had many conversations. The big house is no stranger to you, but doing it with your son has got to be an experience. Walk me through that.
Hey, it's a big deal out here to come race, and to get a trip down here to the box is an even bigger deal. So my son Adam and I were pushing hard out there tonight. We really wanted to win this one. It's his first time running around the Crandon track. He's been out here a bunch, but my wife Natalie was spotting. My son Byam was in the pits and crew chiefing for us, along with Jake and Brian from our team back here with the Pro 2 that came down to help out. Really excited to be here. And a huge shout out to AMSOIL for being with our team 17 years. Really happy to represent AMSOIL, BFG, Fox Shocks, Ford Bronco on the podium.
Awesome. Well, Brad, hop up on there with your son, of course. And I just want to say another big congratulations for you, a 2022 Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame inductee this year, Brad Lovell. It's great to see you up here. Another big round of applause. 4,600 stock class, top 3 finishers. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Tiffany, and a huge congratulations to Vaughn Gittin Jr., Bailey Cole, and Brad Lovell in the 4,600 Spider Track stock class.
It's been a fantastic racing, hasn't it? I mean, that 49, the entire EMC classes were absolutely awesome. So good to see them out on track. Who are we going to see next on the podium, Miles?
Up next, we'll go to the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, and they had a great run themselves. Like I said, all this racing action has been absolutely amazing. In third position goes the number 26, Dwayne Garrettson. In that second position, the number 45, 31, Sean Rance. And taking that top spot, number 13, goes to Justin Hall. Tiffany, let's hear what he has to say.
Justin, it's so good to chat with you again yesterday and then today. Obviously, it's really good to see you up here. Walk me through overall. Top of the box, big house, under the lights. It's dark out there. Those rocks over there by Rigid. It's crazy. Walk me through it.
It was absolutely insane. It was so tough to see the green flag start, but luckily my spotter in the stands was on it. Falcon tires hooked up. The Grom Racing engine just ripped and pulled me through. I think I came out into the fourth in overall in the whole shot. And like I said, luckily through the rock sections, the Falcon tires held up great. Didn't have a single flat all race. And yeah, I can't say enough about everybody.
Awesome. I know you got to thank a bunch of people before you hop up on number 1.
Yes, ma'am. I got to thank Falcon Tire, Grom Racing, Johnny's Custom Motorsports, Brannick Motorsports, Liberty Mountain Fab, Yukon Gear and Axle, Driven Racing Oil, Rough Stuff, Dirty Life Wheels, South Bay Driveline, and there's a few more. I'm having trouble. I'm just really excited right now, but I couldn't do it without everybody that's on my side. And the best parts are in the business are on my car, and it proves it. So.
Awesome. We'll hop up on number 1. Another big round of applause for your top 3 finishers, 4,500 modified class. Back up to you guys.
So good to see those guys. So good to see those guys up there and looking so good. But let's talk about this 4,800 class. We saw so much action there. Jeremy Jones rolling in the Polaris gravel pit.
Sean Reisky rolled at the finish line.
Absolutely. And young Brent Harrell, of course, doing so much. Take it away, Miles.
Yeah, so this is the 4,800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. We're going to hand out some more of these Laser Nut trophies thanks to Cody Wagner and company. And third position, number 866, is Sean Reisky with that awesome wheel stand at the end. In second position, the number 56 of Brent Harrell. And getting the top of the box with that amazing hard roll in the Polaris gravel pit was the 48-37 of Jeremy Jones. So, Tiffany, what does Jeremy have to say with a big smile on his face?
Nice job, Jeremy. It's good to see you guys. The battle between the 3 up here was incredible. Back and forth, back and forth. Lots of drama from your perspective and, of course, your co-drivers. What did you guys see?
We saw a big hole at the end of the gravel pit, which seemed to catch us and put us on our lid we went over, I think, twice. I don't know. Luckily, we landed on the tires, and off we went. And so he got around me, and then he got around me. And, yeah, it was just fought back for it, and I think we ended up on top, so that's good.
Well, you're pretty high up there, sir. I know you got to thank a bunch of people. Who would you like to thank for making you on that top spot here at the Big House?
Race Line Wheels, they always take great care of us. Mickey Thompson Tires, they held up through that incredible beating that they just took. Wyotech for helping us get here. Nyapco Drivelines, Yukon Gear and Axle. All my friends and family back home, Rick, Scott,
Woody, Tim, all you guys. I mean, it was hard getting here, but we got here, and Dan for co-driving with me. Just all the fans, Crandon, man, you guys are great. This is such an incredible course. All my co-competitors and stuff couldn't do it without you guys, and we're all buddies at the end. We're gonna drink a beer later, so life is good.
Nice job. A big applause, a big congratulations to your top 3 finishers in your 4,800 Legends class. One more thing, what'd you need, sir?
I forgot to thank Dave Schneider and the Tramp Fab crew, and especially Dave for all of his hard work and always getting us here. Cody for coming out, and again, Wyotech for getting us here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. One more big round of applause for your 4,800 Legends top 3 here at the Big House. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Tiffany. So good to see these guys on the top spot. What an evening of racing we've had so far, Miles. Let's not forget, we have the 4,900 classes going out first of all. Then we've just seen the EMC classes, the 4,800s, the 4,500s, and the 4,600s.
But next is the 4,400 main event, the unlimited racing. It's going to be an amazing show. We have 24 cars that will be taking the line. It's going to be absolutely awesome, Jim.
It's going to be absolutely incredible. Let's not forget, these are the unlimited race cars. We've got cars out there with up to 1,150 horsepower. Get your head round that. That's even more than the Pro 4s that we saw earlier today.
So thank you for tuning in to the Rigid Rage on the Rocks. This is the Progressive Crandon Classic. We're going to take a quick break and be right back after this.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
You know, as crazy as it sounds, I just don't blow the dust off my bow and go hunting. For us, the hunt really never stops. The hunting season never ends. It's 365 days all year long. Using the machines in our everyday life like we do, if we didn't have them, I couldn't imagine it. They simply help us get our job done.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
Shayak Edja Danuk Mugzuk Meow. The place where everybody plays.
The Forest County Potawatomi presents a new 120,000 square foot community center in Crandon. A place for everyone to play, exercise, and have fun at an affordable price. Come in and experience the culture and endless opportunities available at the Forest County Potawatomi Community Center. For more information, please visit community.fcpotawatomi.com.
This is where you come alive, where adventure is the ultimate destination and where Polaris General takes you. Explore beyond the beaten path with a sport-tuned suspension. Ride all day, surrounded by unrivaled comfort perfected for the off-road. and load up all your gear with class-leading cargo capacity. No matter how you share adventure, General takes you there. Polaris. Think outside.
For the Ultra 4s, and it's now the turn of the big guns.
The 4400 Unlimited class will be racing once again at the Rigid Rage on the Rocks out back, and we have an extremely stacked field. Sitting in that pole position is Mr. Paul Wolf.
In second position is Waylon Campbell.
And third spot, number 67, Lauren Healy.
And we just saw him out in course in his Bronco. It's Vaughn Gittin Jr.
In that fifth position, Mr. Brett Harrell. We just saw his son do so well.
Then next to him, it's Ryan Rockhold.
In that seventh position, sitting third in the Eastern Points, is Casey Gilbert. We saw his son, Aiden, race earlier.
And he's also our highest placed solid axle vehicle. In eighth position is the man, the legend himself, three-time king, Shannon Campbell.
And Josh Blyler, driven by Jared Ehrman. Josh couldn't make it, so he's got his one fill-in driver of the season.
And in the last position on the front row, it's Christopher Branton.
Second row is Mr. Rusty Blyler, the Happy Pappy.
And then it's Mr. Horsepower himself, Paul Herschel, packing out 1,150 horse.
In 13th position, Mr. Zandy Willems with Rufus Racing.
Then next to him is Tom Prendergast.
In 15th spot is John Grounds.
There's Bill Kuntz.
Frank Vonderheide.
Chad Hunt.
Eric Blaze.
Aaron Smith.
Kevin Taylor.
Brent Moffitt.
Roger King.
Tad Dowker.
And that kind of rounds out the top 24 in our 4400 Unlimited race. This is a 2.5 mile lap, 8 laps. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Roughly 20 miles out here in Crandon, Wisconsin at the Big House.
And what's most impressive about this, it's a night race, Miles. They're going to be doing a land rush start. You can see all the lights there combined together. Just look at that.
We were talking about chassis earlier. We have 5 Miller Motorsports cars heading out there.
We got 3 Herschel cars, 2 Campbell cars, and 3
Jimmy's cars. So we've got a lot of great manufacturers out there. Because again, this is unlimited racing. Build whatever you want, and they are going. It sounds like Faye is checking everybody, giving the nod, and we will be going live racing in less than a minute.
Here goes. He's telling everybody to wind it up. He'll be making his way to the tower. Now, it's worth noting that we have IFS cars and solid axle cars out there, and Casey Gilbert is our highest placed solid axle vehicle. When we say IFS, we mean independent front suspension.
And speaking about that, Paul Wolf is in a UFO. Mr. Joe Thompson's just tuning in, the builder at builds the UFOs and does an amazing job with those.
Put your teeth back in, sir.
Getting a little tongue-tied, sorry. Been a long day, but it's been a fun day, and we are about to kick off the 4400 main event here at the Progressive Crandon Classic for the Ultra 4 Rigid Rage on the Rocks. He's climbing the stage. He'll slide that little box to yellow and then wave the flag. Jim, it's about to get gnarly at the Forest County Potawatomi Turn 1.
This is what we've been waiting for. It's the big one. The starter's in his box. Wait for that good to go yellow. Soon as go yellow, anything between 0 and 5 seconds to raise the green flag.
8 laps at 2.5 miles per lap. The yellow is slid over, so it's 3, 2, 1, green flag. Land rush start here at the Big House.
And listen to the noise as thousands of angry horses make their way down towards turn 1. But who's going to get the whole shot?
It is Paul Wolf with Lauren Healy right next to him. Then it's Waylon Campbell, Vaughn Gittin Jr., Casey Gilbert, Rusty Blyler, Paul Horschel, Shannon Campbell, Tom Prendergast, Frank Vonderheide.
Oh, Lauren Healy goes straight on, misses the turn entirely, going up in towards Ponzi.
Not sure what happened there. He was on fire last year, won this race. Not sure what happened to Lauren Healy. So it is Paul Wolf, Waylon Campbell, and Vaughn Gittin Jr. And Vaughn Gittin Jr. putting his drift skills to work. And look at Vaughn's car glowing in the dark. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and as they're coming around now through the Calamity turn, for the first time is Paul Wolf, who has the lead, and he'll be passing under that finish arch for the first time and making his way into the rocks.
Through the Bronco boulders, Paul Wolf still out front with a huge little donkey kick. Hopefully it's okay. The front brakes on Vaughn's were glowing a little bit.
No. Paul Wolf has gone off track. Paul Wolf is now parked up, and will he return onto the track? Our current race leader is now Waylon Campbell.
What a race. There has been so much action in the first race. We have Lauren Healy pulled off. Paul Wolf pulled off. I see another car upside down.
Oh, got a big roll just in front of the booth here. We'll come back to who that is in a moment.
That was Roderick King. It looks like everybody's okay, but now we are coming down the Yukon launch, and it's Waylon Campbell, it looks like, out front.
Now, this is what we were talking about earlier, about position of lights. It's so important. And so many of these guys don't actually race at night. So this is really new experience for them.
So Waylon Campbell, that single-seat IFS Campbell machine, running strong with those Master Energy and Nitto tires.
Yeah, we got a red on float course now, so it looks like we're going to be stop racing here as we're just going to sweep a few vehicles. We've got rollovers all over the place, so we're just going to tidy up this course, make sure that everybody is safe.
And that looks like it's a Blyler. Not sure if it's Rusty Blyler or Josh Blyler.
That looks like Rusty Byler's car to me. And it looks like we've got fluids coming out there as well, so we'll just be keeping an eye on that one. So let's just recap, Mars. The start of this race, we saw Paul Wolf take the whole shot, made his way down through turn 1 into turn 2. It looked like we saw Lauren Healy go straight on at turn 2. Then we saw Paul Wolf crossing the line, the finish line for the first time, and then we saw Paul Wolf himself pull over. So there's been action all around this course already in this race.
And this is just the first lap of 8. Hate to see so much carnage in the first race, but hey, this is the big house.
Yeah, this is 4400. This is unlimited four-wheel drive racing. And I do love these night stages. They are absolutely
amazing
special.
Up here, isn't it?
So good to be here in Crandon. The crowds are still huge.
But while we try to figure out exactly what's going on, we're going to take a quick break and be right back after this.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado ZR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
Is good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
Storms can cause outages even for days. Food can spoil, some pumps, furnaces, and air conditioners stop working. Be prepared with a portable generator like this one from Champion. This dual-fuel generator runs on gasoline or propane, a great option when gas stations aren't available. Protect your family from carbon monoxide poisoning and always run your generator outdoors, far away from windows and doors.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
Okay, and welcome back to the 53rd Crandon Classic here in Wisconsin. What a day of racing we've seen today, Miles.
It's been absolutely amazing, but we do have a medical issue out on course. We are getting everything checked out. We definitely want to be safety first on what's going on. But, Jim, you are absolutely correct. It's been an amazing day of racing. We've had a great evening of racing. We still have a lot of racing yet to come tonight and all day long tomorrow.
Absolutely. We saw the 4900s out on track earlier today, and they were absolutely superb. Those are our UTV classes. Then we saw that incredible EMC race.
Yeah, there was so much action all over. And we have so many different classes racing: the 4600 Spider Track Stock class, the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, and the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. And they put on one heck of a show for everybody here on site and back at home.
Indeed. Then we saw the 4400s, the big guns themselves. They took to the stage, and my word, we only saw less than one lap, but what a lap it was.
And carnage is setting in. There's a parking lot of race cars out on course.
Indeed. So while we get this sorted out, we're going to pop over to a short commercial break, and we'll be back here in Crandon for more action.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado ZR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
This is where you come alive, where adventure is the ultimate destination, and where Polaris General takes you. Explore beyond the beaten path with a sport-tuned suspension. Ride all day, surrounded by unrivaled comfort perfected for the off-road. And load up all your gear with class-leading cargo capacity. No matter how you share adventure, General takes you there. Polaris. Think outside.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
Steelite polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steelite's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steelite provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steelite to protect your investment.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Take your thirst and thrill it. Do the Dew.
Kayak Edja Danuk Mugzuk Meow. The place for everybody, please.
The Forest County Potawatomi presents a new 120,000 square foot community center in Crandon. A place for everyone to play, exercise, and have fun at an affordable price. Come in and experience the culture and endless opportunities available at the Forest County Potawatomi Community Center. For more information, please visit community.fcpotawatomi.com.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado ZR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
Is good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
Steelite polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steelite's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steelite provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steelite to protect your investment.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
This is where you come alive, where adventure is the ultimate destination, and where Polaris General takes you. Explore beyond the beaten path with a sport-tuned suspension. Ride all day, surrounded by unrivaled comfort perfected for the off-road. And load up all your gear with class-leading cargo capacity. No matter how you share adventure, General takes you there. Polaris. Think outside.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado CR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Take your thirst and thrill it. Do the Dew.
Dayak Edja Danak Mugzuk Meow. The place where everybody plays.
The Forest County Potawatomi presents a new 120,000 square foot community center in Crandon. A place for everyone to play, exercise, and have fun at an affordable price. Come in and experience the culture and endless opportunities available at the Forest County Potawatomi Community Center. For more information, please visit community.fcpotawatomi.com.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado ZR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado ZR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet. Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado ZR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
You feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado ZR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect.
If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
Make way for the first ever Chevy Silverado ZR2. With Multimatic shocks, rugged 33-inch tires, and front and rear electronic locking differentials.
Dude, this is awesome, but we should get back to work.
This good? Perfect. If you're going to work remote, work remote. Find new workspaces. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
You know, as crazy as it sounds, I just don't blow the dust off my bow and go hunting. For us, the hunt really never stops. The hunting season never ends. It's 365 days all year long. Using the machines in our everyday life like we do, if we didn't have them, I couldn't imagine it. They simply help us get our job done.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. We know trust isn't given, it's earned. And for more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn. Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. We know trust isn't given, it's earned. And for more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. 150 years of perfecting how tires are made, continuing to both raise the bar while setting the industry standard. From the trail to the racetrack, from off the beaten path to the highways and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence 150 years in the making. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
There's someone right here in northern Wisconsin that's committed to making quality healthcare at the standard of the community. For the past 15 years, they've invested in building state-of-the-art facilities that have helped keep families healthier by providing services like radiology, dentistry, optical, diabetes treatment, maternal health, and behavioral health services. So who cares so much about the health of the community? Potawatomi, keeper of the fire, builders of the future.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
Do you feel like getting away? Make your escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel. We are keeping Carter safe and will make you feel at home, like part of the family. We have the latest in casino gaming with a variety of slots, table games, and bingo. There is something for everyone. Treat yourself to a stay in our hotel and enjoy delicious options at the Flames Restaurant. Relax, unwind, and escape to Potawatomi Carter Casino and Hotel on Highway 32 in Carter, Wisconsin.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
Good evening, welcome back to Crandon. We've had a fantastic day of racing here. We've had an incident on the track during the 4400 race. I can't tell you any more than that because I don't have any more news than that right now. However, as soon as we have more news, we will bring it to you. But we're going to put a cap on the racing for tonight, and as soon as we have more news, you will be the first to know.
And just to say that our thoughts and prayers are to everybody that is here in Crandon, and we hope for the best, but we do have some issues, and we're going to get them addressed as soon as we can.
We will be doing that, and we will keep everybody informed. So for the time being, please stay safe, and we'll be back with you very, very soon. All the best, and good night from Crandon.